Oh, this village was a golden scene of hope. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Yeah, bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order. I am the light bringer.
And we are live.
We got disconnected because he was from Korea, so I think we just
what?
had a bad connection.
What are you playing D&D in Korea for?
Oh, hey. No, I didn't. No, I was just saying that I was on the phone with a customer earlier and we got disconnected, so I'm hoping they don't call back while I play.
That's the wrong stream open. There we go.
No, it's the right stream. What are you talking about?
No, because it says Roach Quest is offline.
Oh. Well, yeah, I'm offline right now. Oh, so sorry guys, we're running a little late tonight because, well, adulting. Where I work at right now, we've got a ton of stuff going on because there is a huge tournament going on, so we're going near the finals. So things are on fire and everyone is trying to get everything done and ready and all that fun stuff before the end. So streams here that I host and then streams on my stream are gonna maybe be late for probably the remainder of the week. So sorry about that. But we're here again. We're back.
Yeah.
It's been a while, you know. We've had some things that have made us miss some, the last 2 shows?
Yeah.
But we're back. You're all still in Denerim. And things are not going to go good for you. I'm just going to say that right now.
We're all gonna.
Let me get my shopping done first. I don't want to be like gibbering mother.
Well, see,
this is fine. This is fine.
See, I don't think Zora wants you guys to die, because if you guys die, that means she has to DM.
Is that why you're going to TPKS so you can just move on to the Mass Effect?
Look,
It's gonna happen, guys. This is not
Look,
do it for another year.
all I'm saying is I'll be the best Krogan.
Plus, I need time to put a story together, so no TPK. We're still level 2, damn it.
Zoro, there's no such thing as a story when you're a DM.
Well, I want to, have some sort of arc set.
There's just a note on the back of the DM screen that says "sexy goblin" with a question mark.
It just says plot? Question mark?
Oh, that reminds me. I need to add something onto here really quick. I don't know why it's not on here, but that's it's all giant now. But it's a nice little segue to let you guys know that the stream is sponsored by Roll20.
Oh! Yay us!
So I'm just gonna put it
Senpai
right here.
notices us.
Senpai did indeed notice us.
Oh, did you tag them on the tweet?
I did not. I'm a horrible person.
That's okay.
It's habit.
I didn't have time to prepare anything today because I spent most of my morning chasing chickens. So,
But you're supposed to be our Sam.
well, even Sam only Sams once a week.
But you can do the same spiel in the same week, just so you can have that spiel for people who haven't seen one show or the other, and then you can do a
That's
new one
fair.
for next week.
I do have that document somewhere, I think.
No, yeah, exactly. Weirds. No plans. They don't survive long enough anyway. Honestly, I'm surprised that the Tuesday group has, had as few deaths as possible.
Few deaths?
Yeah, you've only had a few of them.
Almost every single time I watch, somebody either dies, given they end up getting resurrected again, but either dies or goes away and needs a replacement character for a temporary time.
That only happened twice.
Yeah, I
No,
think
that was. Oh
there-
God, what was
there
it?
have only been 4 deaths so far. 3 of them have been Zale.
Yeah.
Only 3? I thought it was like 4 or 5.
I'm just remembering the never-ending string of dead fox characters.
Oh yeah, in the
From-
Sunday game.
Oh yeah.
Every
Mhm.
every other week.
God, what did I have? Like 6 or 7 characters in that campaign?
Every other week it felt like
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I stopped falling in love with your characters. I'm like, you know what? They're just gonna be gone out of my life.
So did I stop falling in love with them after the Goliath died. And he was my second or
Game
third.
of Thrones. Don't get attached.
Don't get attached because they're gonna.
All
die
of
anyway.
Fox's characters are played by Sean Bean. Don't get attached.
Right?
Oh, womp womp.
I think the biggest kicker about that campaign, though,
Wow.
is that we never actually finished it because we all died in the last dungeon. The last dungeon.
You kind of got away.
Well, the clone of my character got away, which I still don't know if that was actually him or a copy of him.
Wait, the Red Wizard?
No. Oh God, what did I even?
You were Tabaxi, I think.
No,
ended as
Tabaxi got away, but at the very end, the Red Wizard died, and then the copy of him died, and then my tongueless warlock, he was a water genasi. He came back, but you guys came across him in like some creepy vat thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was him or if it was a clone of him.
I think it was a clone.
I think it was a clone too.
We'll never know.
You'll never know. But aside from that, here on this campaign, you guys had just made it into Denerim. Found out that you're going to have to wait a week to be able to speak to King Alistar because he is away on mourning. Mourning who you don't know.
Your voice is a little low again, by the way, Rojan.
Yeah.
Windows.
Bump it up. All right. Now that I'm back from the 80s. Okay.
You're never truly back from the 80s.
That's so true.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was early 90s, wasn't it? Yeah.
So I just want to say that feel when you update your video drivers, and for some reason it resets your audio settings. Also, I couldn't stream an NVEX because for some reason the encoder was wrong from what it says. So thanks, NVIDIA. Or OBS or whoever it is.
I'd blame NVIDIA. They seem to do like every other driver update, something weird happens.
Well, because see, I wanted to start trying to stream off of the NVEC hardware instead of doing CPU because my CPU is getting taxed. So it's like, okay, I can tax my GPU more than I can tax my CPU. Because if my GPU dies, I can just go get a backup card. My CPU dies, I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah, I do not have a shipping container for myself to come do hardware work.
Trust me, I'll find something. You just email yourself. Just put you in the CD-ROM if you still have one of those.
Oh.
Yeah, I do.
Just plug it into the old 8-inch floppy drive.
No,
we're going back to our millennial talk. We need to fast forward.
Zip drive, guys. Zip drive.
We'll be here forever.
So like I was saying before I went off on a tangent here because my voice was low once again.
Sorry.
No, thank you for telling me that my voice was low. That's the last thing I wanted to do is DM and whispers tonight. But you guys, while waiting for the king, decided to go on some shopping. A little shopping spree where you began to buy armor or upgrade armor. Upgrade your weapons. You made a couple friends along the way, and some intrigue has been brought to your to some of the attention of some of you. Not all of you, but some of you. And when we last left off, Valantha got some information that a certain someone that she really doesn't like is holding a little shindig later on in a local tavern.
Gotta wait for happy hour.
So as we pick up tonight, some time has passed in the day. Any of the shopping that you are waiting on has been delivered to you. Your enchanted items, your enchanted weapons and such have been given to you. They are now at their new power.
I didn't get to finish my shopping.
I know.
Okay.
All right. So is it an extra D6 to my shock dagger and my short sword has 2d6 of fire now?
Is that what the weapon enchantment did?
Yeah, well, I'm asking you because I upgraded the shock dagger to the next level, and then I wanted my short sword fire enchantment level 2.
All right. Give me a second. I apologize. I'm going to need to look that up in the guides.
And then I don't know if you're gonna allow me to just tell you my shopping and get it over with, or I'm gonna have to shop a different day.
Just send it to me.
Okay.
I just had to reboot the computer that actually has all the manuals on it.
Yeah, because I need to find the enchantments again, because I forget the rules for enchantment in this game.
Enchantment.
Enchantments.
Thank you, Raven.
My things are just mine are a big question mark because when I dropped off my gauntlets, the guy said he could improve them. He didn't tell me how, but I said yes. And I said, but make sure they look the same. And then the tailor lady said she was going to make me some clothes that were special. And then that was it. So I have no idea what any of this stuff is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
I need to actually dig up numbers for the finished armor then.
Oh. Yeah, so if any of you guys can help me find that, that'll be great.
We could maybe, I don't know. I may have to look at it on break or something. I don't know if I open too many things, everything's just gonna crash.
Magic items. Here we go.
I assume that would be in the Game Master's Guide.
Okay, so yeah, so for example, a magical weapon has a +2 attack bonus arising from its enchantment and a +1 attack bonus because it's a masterwork, blah blah blah. Okay. So it would get the +2 attack instead of increasing the damage on it. It increases the attack bonus, the amount to hit.
Okay.
Okay, so damage isn't increased, but
You're effectively at it. It's like +1, +2, +3 to hit, depending on what level the enchantment is.
I don't remember what the prices were to enchant the armor and weapons. I couldn't remember the price if I wanted level 2 or 3.
For what are you talking about?
I couldn't remember what the prices were for the level 2 and level 3 enchantments.
Oh geez, I don't even remember that. I'm a
You
horrible
gave us
DM.
numbers and then you realized the numbers were wrong.
Yeah, I gave you numbers and realized numbers were just astronomically wrong.
I think the difference between a +2 and a +3 was pretty significant, though.
Yeah, the +1 to +2 wasn't bad. It was that
Yeah.
+2 to +3 that
So-
really.
From what it looks like, there is a somewhat of a price table here in the book that talks about the pluses that you can get up to +5. Though the price multiplier for +1 is ×5 of whatever the item is. A +2 is times 25. A +3 is times 100. And then a +5 is times 1000 plus. Because that's a kingly enchantment, as what it's referred to as.
Oh, that's weird. Because I know there's like a master, but I guess they wanted to go super royal.
Yeah, masterwork is just a masterwork is a +1, and then any enchantments above that is when things start stacking up. So like you would have to get the weapon would have to be the masterwork, and then you would add like the fire enchantments or anything else like that. And what that would do would be like the fire enchantment would now be able to deal fire damage to an attack and it would give you a +3 on your attack rolls and on your damage rolls as well.
That's for a level 3 enchantment.
That's for a level 3 enchantment.
Okay.
So like you're looking, so it would be the +2 from the fire enchantments,
Mm-hmm.
and then the +1 because the weapon is now masterwork. So all in all, you're getting a +3 to your attack roll and a +3 to your damage rolls, as well as it now being a fire element.
Which makes a difference when you're dealing with stuff that has resistance to mundane.
Yeah. And looking at it, the prices that I originally quoted you guys were actually correct.
And those were.
It would depend on the item, actually.
Oh.
So just to let you guys know, a masterwork would just to get a masterwork style item that is only ×2 what the initial price of a basic item would be, and then you would increase it by 5 for another +1 bonus on top of that, another 25 on top of that, then 100, and then 1,000.
Okay, so as far as damage goes, just to make sure that I got the right numbers in here. For instance, my shock dagger now being a level 2 enchantment is 1d6 +2 plus my dexterity modifier.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you would have a +2 to your attack rolls on that as well.
Yes. Okay, I've got that in here. Now I also had them enchant my armor for warding against magical attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean for my character sheet?
This is correct.
See if I did this right.
Just making sure my math is right. So is everything based on the base price of the item, not
Yes.
the masterwork? Okay.
It starts off the base price, then it goes up to the masterwork, and then up and up and up. So it's the base price that you're multiplying
Okay.
off of each time.
Oh, that's what I need.
So the +2 actually is only, for the axe, is only technically 500 silver?
Yes. So the +2 would be whatever ×2. The
Okay.
but since you're going up to ×3, or a +2 enchant, which would technically be the fine enchant,
Which is technically the third level.
the second level. Because you have the base, which is like level 0. Level 1 is masterwork. Level 2 is fine.
Okay.
So you're looking at like a green right now. If it's like like World of Warcraft standards, that would be an addition. That would be your +2 bonus, which would be a ×5 multiplier. So like in that case, it'd be 500. It would be 500 silver.
Then what is times 25?
+2.
Okay. Yeah, so 500 silver. And silver to gold conversion is
The
it
100 silver is 1 gold.
Yep.
Okay,
One
it's the 100
silver.
one.
One
100 to
sovereign or whatever it's called.
Okay.
That's right, because I remember it was pretty inexpensive that I was like, shoot that up to level 3, man.
If I remember correctly, for Ross's enchantment on his the magical effects, I believe that was if I remember correctly, it was a an enchantment to hell, what did I might have to go back. I might have to go back and watch the last episode to find out what I exactly said. But I think it was just to increase the strength on it, or to possibly lower the damage that you received from magical attacks.
Now, I never got told what type of armor I was getting.
Oh no, because he was making you a custom armor.
Yes.
Yes.
So what you have, because I remember this much, is he's made you, let me see if I can find the specific name for it.
I may at break. I may need people to explain that to me again, but I think from what I can understand, I'm getting level 3 for my stuff because I just have the base.
Yeah. So my attack roll now looks something like. So it doesn't add anything to damage, correct?
It adds the bonus to damage as well.
Okay. Oh Lord. Okay. So we're just going to add another number into the string here. It'll be fine.
So,
Okay.
Magnus,
Yes.
when you come back to get your armor, you have a custom built heavy dwarven plate set waiting for you.
Jesus.
Hashtag save Magnus because he's gone down with his weak armor.
Magnus doesn't have armor.
I have heavy leather. It technically counts.
Okay,
He's
heavy,
our tank, and
okay.
and we couldn't
heavy
afford
leather is
that at the time.
an armor rating of 4. Heavy plate is a armor rating of 10.
Ooh-wee.
Jesus!
Armor rating of 10.
Tankity tank,
10.
tank, bitches.
Damn.
Damn.
Now, my big question is, what is the
Penalty.
penalty on that?
Oof.
-5.
Yeah.
This is fine.
That's right. You don't need to move, right?
I mean, you're kind of a dwarf anyway. Are you really that stealthy?
Someone just tossed me in the right direction.
Don't
Yo.
tell the elf.
For Ross, so until I get back and find out what exactly your armor was enchanted with, I'm just going to go ahead and say that it adds an armor rating of like +2 when any magical attacks hit you.
Cool.
All right. I need to try to write that in the notes somewhere.
And then just really quick for mine, for my armor, I wanted to kind of do something similar where I just kind of make it more durable, like
You
enchant
want-
it to make it just tougher.
You reinforce it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much, you would go like the level 1, level 2, level 3 style thing.
Okay, what's level 3?
Level 3 would be the masterwork level 1, fine, and then the next one is considered outstanding, which is times 25 the price multiplier for whatever you're wearing. What armor are you wearing right now?
I'm just wearing leather.
Light leather or heavy leather?
Light leather.
Okay, so the initial cost is 15. So,
Shit, give me level 3.
because I'm trying to think of how this goes, because you have to go up in tier every time. So, trying to think here.
So my armor's the same. It's just
No, I'm trying to think if you go base, then double, and then times 5 of the double, and then times 25 of that, or if you just go 25 of the base.
It's all about that base. About that base.
either way, I can afford it if we just want to knock it up to level 3.
Because the way I'm thinking of it right now is it definitely would make sense if it went, you would multiply up each time, because you are increasing it in a decent amount of power every time you're doing it. Because
Right.
this game, you hit a +5, you're getting that sweet little bonus and you're like almost hitting or you're deflecting every time.
And
So in this case, for like not Estia Valenthe's armor, it would be 15 doubled to 30, and then times 5 up to 150, and then times 25 on top of that for the +3.
yeah, because raising physical defense skill is difficult because that's based on your dex, whereas armor is soak.
See, and I think that I just did the math, and that cost me just shy of 40 gold.
Mhm.
That's all in silver, so I'm like, yeah, give me 3. So I'll
Yeah.
do it at level 3 then. So I just need to know, I guess, how that adjusts my armor.
That would give you a let me see what the armor enchantment bonuses get you here.
It just means this just means I'm going to be running to where I need to be and then stopping. This will be fine.
And then yeah, I'll just get more clarification about the weapons that break. That's no big deal right now.
I
Oh,
also
okay,
commissioned
armor-
some gauntlets.
Armor works differently than weapons. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Masterwork armor generally provides an increased armor rating with respect to non-exceptional armor of the same type. Most armor provides a +1 bonus armor rating. Some suits provide a +2, and rare suits provide a +3. Higher bonuses are theoretically possible. Such suits are extraordinarily rare. Some Masterwork armor provides a bonus similar to a magnitude of communication leadership tests and with that. So superior armor generally features reduced armor penalties. The table below provides a typical armor improvements to those penalties. Note the shields are a usable tool.
So this, I think, is just increasing my defense. I think.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to get a +3 for the armor.
It would just be a +2.
Actually, it would only be a +1.
+1. Okay.
Because if you're going into like a +2 or +3, you're going up into the rare and extremely rare suits.
Got it. Okay.
So most smiths can give you a +1 enchant or +1 fortification on your armor. The other stuff, it's like you either have to supply them an exuberant amount of gold, or you're going to have to provide the materials along with it.
Got it. Okay. So if my defense right now is 14 and my armor is 4, it would be increased to 15 and 5. +1.
It would provide a +1 armor rating.
Oh, just the okay. So the defense is the same, but the armor is.
Yes, the
Yeah,
armor.
okay.
The armor is stronger in absorbing impact.
Got it. Okay.
And
that works.
Yeah, and then your armor penalty improvement would go up by 1.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I was reading and what I understand, raising defense, really the only way is bringing your dex up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
Very
just
dexterous. It'll happen once we level up and everything, so that's fine.
yeah. Okay.
And everyone's like looking at us as we once again relearn the game, because we keep coming back as new people because we keep missing things. But
Well,
We've also never done this before either.
We've never
so-
like you guys have never had the ability to enchant it.
Yeah, and this system, it's not like one that we can just reference other systems to quickly run through things. It's all entirely new.
Yeah. Once we know it, it gets easy. It's just getting there. So, Rojan, I'm assuming this heavy plate could be at some point enchanted.
Correct.
Cool.
Great.
So I guess I just need to just my final question is the 6 potions that I got like enhanced. What's the new health potion? Because I have 2d6 plus con.
Okay, so imbuing a healing potion to upgrade it will restore 46 plus con.
4d6 plus con.
Yeah,
Okay.
because instead of becoming a lesser healing potion, it is now just a healing potion.
Just my okay. Perfect. And I
Yep.
still have a nice handful of minors, so you know.
Rojan, you've broken
Hoarding.
numbers. This is all your fault.
Yeah, well, this is honestly my first time DMing, so you know things are gonna get botched, and we're gonna have to relearn and readjust as on the fly. But you know, that's how you learn a game.
No, I just love the +7 bonus on my attacks now.
Yeah, that just means I can throw
Oh,
stronger
wait.
things against you.
That's also true.
Because honestly, I'm
Wait till we're level 3, guys.
I'm thinking I'm doing the magic items wrong. I honestly think I'm doing the improvements wrong, but
No, in Dragon Age, those first couple levels of enchantment have always been very easy to attain.
mhm.
I'm
True. It's the
I'm
it's the higher levels because it always goes novice and then it's like improved and then there's like another one I can't remember what it's called, and then there's masterwork. Obviously the wording it's different for the game, but it's like you got the 4 levels and then you have expert, I think is the final one.
Yeah.
But the first 2, even sometimes the third one is fairly easy to obtain, and it's the other 2 that are like, oh, gotta play the game for some time before we get there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I don't think you're wrong because it's usually level 3 even in the game is somewhat manageable. It's anything higher than that that's gonna take some time.
That's really the break point.
Because I'm looking at it, and like some of the items that they have in here are like plus 1, plus 2s and stuff.
The only thing that I'm kind of questioning is the damage. It seems, and I could be wrong, but it does seem a little odd to me that a level 1 enchantment only changes the damage type, and then level above that doesn't add like another dice.
The thing is the level 1 doesn't change the type. That was just because that dagger has already had an enchantment put on it. It was enchanted with a lightning rune, so it changes the damage from just a basic dagger to that of lightning, because that's the only way you can actually put magical enchantment onto a weapon is by having the runes.
Yeah.
Now you can upgrade a weapon, masterwork up to like, plus 5, and it could just be a very heavily damaging sword that doesn't have any magical properties to it.
The big difference is that first level
rune
of actual magic means that things like the magical darkspawn, demons, etc., can actually, you don't have to burn combat feats to actually hit them.
Yep.
It just, the damage is there no matter what happens.
You could take you could just take a basic dagger, stick a lightning rune on it, and it's now a lightning dagger.
Pitchfork with a lightning rune still works.
Yeah. There's like a couple other things, but I sent you the list, Rojan, and it's just more of just like how much did that cost? It's just like mundane things. So, but again, I just sent that to you, so you just send that to me later. It's not
okay.
It's not important at this time. It's more future use.
Future use. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, I think that's it for me.
Just really, really quick, if you have to look too much into it, let's wait till break. But I also got a pair of gauntlets that may or may not add to my armor or something like that. I don't know.
You got a pair of gauntlets that may or may not add to your armor?
My idea was to get them so that I can enchant them later with stuff. But, I mean, I am wearing, as you can see from my character art, very little armor. So.
I gotcha. I don't know what we were doing with the armor itself, or with the bracers. I don't remember what exactly we were doing with that.
They were just a pair of armored bracers that were going to be enchanted later. I don't know if you would add a +1 to armor class from that, or if you would just
magic fists.
I think that was back when I was trying to like upgrade things as the as like a D&D standard. I don't really think the bracers would add any armor to it.
That's fine.
I think bracers qualify almost under the jewelry department.
That could be the case.
But I mean, technically, if you wanted to, I guess that's up to Rojan's discretion. If you wanted to enchant them, then you can have magical fist punch.
Well, I'm basically thinking, like Riddick. He's basically got a metal strip right there, and he uses it to block stuff. But if you don't want to get into that, then let's not.
I mean, it's actually a good idea. I mean, yeah, you could technically treat that as like a +1 thing, just like a shield.
That is entirely up to you.
Let me think on that one.
You can get back to me on that.
All right. All right, so now that we have done all of that, let's go ahead and take our first break for the night.
We had to recap. Sorry, guys.
And once we get back, we'll actually, get into the game. Unless I trip over my tongue again and find more rules that I've botched. But
well, I can give you more things to look into during the break if you'd like.
Yeah, no, let's not do that.
Because
I
you know
think
I
he
still
wants
have gauntlets
to
and,
make
and
right.
clothing out there somewhere that I don't know.
It doesn't
He's
get
walking around naked too.
No, I got those 2 dresses. That fancy blue one and that fancy red one.
That's true.
I think I'm wearing the blue one right now.
until they get burnt to a crisp.
That's why she has the red one.
Please stop burning my clothes.
Please stop causing trouble.
Why is it telling me out of memory? The fuck? Adobe, what is your problem?
It's Adobe.
Well, no, because I just opened up I opened up one of the books and it's like out of memory. Why am I out of memory?
It's Adobe. It literally like eats RAM.
It does. I use Photoshop all the time.
Yeah, ask any Photoshop person. What does Adobe do? Eats memory.
Yep.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be eating this much memory because I've had it open before.
Shouldn't be and is. Very different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right,
Yeah,
well,
put a break
stick
in
with us, guys.
someone's-
We will be right back. I'm sorry.
Okay, someone explain to me real quick, like what the I'm not gonna.
Long have we fought for these
All right, we are back.
Hi.
Hi.
So I figured something out.
Do tell.
We did
Did it
everything wrong.
hurt? Oh God.
We did everything wrong.
Everything?
Everything. We did everything.
Oh
wrong.
God.
No, so the magic enchant and everything, that's the runes. That isn't the +1, +2, all that stuff. That's just the little extra added oomph onto everything. So that's something completely different than adding the +2, +3, +4 onto things.
So how do we add it?
You would have to pay for a rune on top of the +3s and everything like that.
So how much is it to pay for the rune on top of the rune?
Oh, it's not the rune on top of the rune, because you can't increase the rune. You can
But
increase.
if you just write bigger on it.
No, the rune. If I'm getting this right, you're telling us the rune is just a shift in damage type from
Mm-hmm.
nothing from mundane to an elemental.
Nope. It is just so what it is the weapons that you have. When you give it the +1, +2, +3, whatever enchant, that's like increasing the strength of the weapon.
Okay.
You get the magic, a bit like the magic effect, like the shock daggers or something, by putting a lightning rune, a fire rune, or something onto it, which increases it, which gives it the flame effect or the lightning effect and stuff, and the damage, as well as giving you the ability to hit certain creatures that would otherwise just ignore your damage.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So is the price then similar if we were trying to do
I'm just going to give it to you guys. I'm going to give it to you guys now because I've already fucked it up too much to like go back again. So
bless you, sir.
Moving forward.
This is a learning experience.
Yep.
So moving forward, we now know.
How do you think I'm gonna feel when we eventually, a year or two from now, when we do Mass Effect? I know it's D&D rules, but they start putting in clips and shields involved that are the same rules to Mass Effect. So it's like, oh shit, how the hell am I supposed to do this?
I'm surprised you don't want to run a Pathfinder game.
It's I'm not as up to I like D&D better.
Yeah, I do too.
Pathfinder's too tedious. But yeah. Okay. We're ready.
So, as I was saying, clusterfuckery of shopping just happened.
We all did it in one day, guys. Woo!
Later on in the night, Estia, you were going to go out to dinner with a friend.
I sure was.
And you meet her back at her shop later on that night. And as you get there, she presents you with a very beautifully wrapped dress box.
I will take it. And is it like, does it have a bow tied up on it or anything?
Oh,
or
it's got a nice bow tied on it and everything, and it's very it looks like it comes from an exquisite boutique.
Because it does.
And she smiles as she hands it to you. It's like, I tried my best to fit it to your measurements, so it's more travel worthy for someone like yourself.
I'm sure you did a wonderful job. I'll kind of slowly pull at the bow, like that person that pulls at the tape when they're unwrapping a present, and instead of just tearing it open, they meticulously
Oh, the
take
people
every
who annoy me.
up. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with this, with the bow and the box and the wrapping and all that stuff. Opening it up and taking a look at what's
All right.
inside.
And when you open it up, it is this very nice travel jacket, along with what almost looks to be a bodice, like the underpart of the clothing, and then the not skin tight, but still close to form fitting dress that you asked for, accentuated in like the latest to winter fashions, with like a very soft browns and golds stitched into the fabric itself.
I kind of hold it up out of the box and like hold it against myself. It's absolutely gorgeous. Do you mind if I try it on now?
Oh yes, but let's not do it out in the street.
Oh no, of course not.
Turns around, she quickly opens up her opens the door to her boutique, as you see that she's had the door repaired again, and she just lets you go into one of the dressing rooms to try it on.
I go and I try it on, and when I take off the blue dress that I'm wearing, just as meticulously as I opened the box, I fold up the dress, make sure there are no wrinkles or anything, and I place it in the box that the other clothing was in. Then I put on the new stuff. So, how do I look?
Fabulous.
Wonderful.
Something fit for the royal court.
Well, I agree. So, remind me again what someone of your wonderful abilities are doing in a city like this. I know you said you were exiled, you and your family, but Ferelden? Why here?
I tired of Orlais. Their politics, their game, it was just all so tiring. At least in Tevinter, you know who is going to stab you because they'll look you in the eyes when they do it. In Orlais,
That they will.
They don't stab you in the back. They pay like 12 servants under them to pass the dagger down to someone to stab you in the back.
And they all hide behind a mask while they do it.
Oh, can we talk about the masks for a moment? It's like children wearing costumes. There's like
that's exactly what it is.
I every time I saw one of them, I thought they were going to ask me for a treat.
I don't understand why they do it.
It's a part of their game. They think it hides their true selves. It just makes them look asinine.
It does, and the ones with the masks are always the ones with the most gaudy of outfits.
The outfits again. I don't know what they think goes for fashion, but making it look like a 4-year-old dressed you blindfolded is not fashion.
Well, the problem with Orlais is that they don't think.
I'm starting to see that.
Hopefully, when I return home, I can sway the right people and open the doors back up to you. It's a shame that your talents are stuck here.
Well, it's better here than out on the road. At least here there's some
that's
sort
true.
Well, at least a hint of class amongst its people.
I suppose that's true. I've spent a fair bit of time on the road here, and they're all barbarians, every one of them.
Don't get me started on the Kunari. Have you ever seen a Kunari try to buy a dress? Do you know how impossible it is to find something that looks good on a Kunari?
I can't say I've experienced that.
I might as well be trying to dress a cow.
Yes. I completely agree. I've been unfortunate enough to have to travel with not just one, but three different Kunari over my time here in Ferelden, and it's pushing me.
Well, if you ever take them back home, you know there are You know there are uses for them.
Oh, I do. And for some reason, this group of mine seems intent on going to Tevinter.
Hmm. If you do go back to Definter, and you are looking to lighten the load of of your group, I can give you the name of somebody who deals in that sort of trade.
I'm listening.
Not here. After we've enjoyed the nights, let's not
Right, of course.
spoil the meal by talking the dirty side of business. Let us enjoy ourselves first.
You're right. The table is no place for business. Let's just enjoy our company tonight.
Yes. Now, if you'll follow me, I will take you to a very enchanting tavern for the night. They have some decent drink and some decent food. They their cook takes inspiration from cultures of all over the realm. So we can we can at least get some good Tevinter food tonight.
That sounds divine. I haven't had good food in, well, since I got here.
Well, shall we?
I'll kind of step to the side and motion for her to lead the way.
And she begins to lead you down down like the streets of Denerim. You notice that she doesn't take any of the side streets or anything. She always stays on the open main road. Like every now and then careful to look like over her shoulder as she's expecting to see somebody there.
As we travel, I'm going to kind of start to mimic her behavior just so I get in the habit of doing that as I travel through this particular city.
Okay. And even for Estia's standards, you begin to think her a little paranoid. Either that or she's looking for something she hasn't told you about. Because it's like every 10 steps or so, you can like see her always like looking over her shoulder, or if an alleyway is coming into view, her eyes like just trace the alleyway as she passes by.
At first, I'll try to just kind of be polite and let it slide, but after a while, and seeing her do that, I think I'll speak up. Are you expecting trouble?
I am an exile. Well, my family is exile. There are those back home who still want us dead for my parents' transgressions. It's a comfortable paranoia that I've grown up with. Nobody has come for me, but I feel that the moment I get too comfortable is the moment they show up.
Well, I can promise you, with me at your side, nobody's gonna lay a hand on you.
She smiles and she just like softly grips your hand as she continues to lead you down the streets as you come to a quaint looking tavern near more of the market end of the city. And you can hear the music inside and the people laughing and enjoying themselves. And as you approach the steps, one of the human gentlemen at the door, open it for you and allows you. They allow you to walk in. And once they get once you cross the threshold, they shut the door. And it's almost a very relaxing feeling as you go in, and it's almost any worries that Astia had just wash away as she looks around, and she could see the people of Denerim enjoying one another's company. Some of them are on an open dance floor, just dancing to like a merry tune that a small band is playing. Off to another part of the tavern, there is a very nicely set up dining room where multiple tables of people are sitting and enjoying one's company and eating what looks to be rather delicious food.
So when we walk in there and that kind of relaxed feeling washes over me, there's going to be like a split second, just very, very brief, of panic on Asia's face as she remembers the very relaxed feeling that she had when she entered the bathhouse before things went very wrong. And then the environment kind of settles in, and it's very different from the bathhouse. It's probably not going to happen again, and she relaxes and kind of follows. Oh God, I have her name somewhere. Elena. She follows Elena's lead.
Okay, and they Elena just walks in to the dining room, doesn't wait to be seated or anything, walks to an open table, and the both of you sit. Like, I am friends with the owner here. I am under direction to make myself at home, so I do.
Well, how wonderful. And you frequent this place often then?
As often as possible, especially on nights that I am feeling either emotionally taxed or stressed, or when I'm with friends.
Well, in that case, I will entrust you with selecting our meals for the night.
And she smiles and she waves one of the servers down. She's like, Jeremy, if you would please bring us, whatever Marsan thinks would be good for 2 Tevinter ladies out on the town. And the young man just quickly nods, and he gives like 2 snaps as he walks away, and both of you are given these very fine looking wine glasses as you hear the pop of a fresh bottle happen next to you, and you can see that the gentleman next to you is pouring you a glass of this very fine looking Tevinter red wine.
Just kind of breathe in the aroma of it deeply and let out a very satisfied sigh. Oh, that takes me back. I didn't know you could get that this far south.
Normally you cannot, but Marsan is a man of class. He is the chef that I told you of. He has traveled the world, gaining knowledge on their ways of cooking, their recipes, and he's well respected in all the realm.
Well, I'm starting to understand why this city is a little more alluring to you.
Oh, it's not just this. There are numerous places of respect around here if you know where to look. Just this is one of my favorite getaways.
It seems I chose the right company then.
And she smiles as that she takes a drink of her wine. And as you're sitting there, the door opens once again, and the people around like the dance floor and the entrance begin to like kind of make not much of an annoying ruckus, but whoever's come in has like grabbed like everyone's attention.
I will glance over to see who is so rudely interrupting my evening.
And when you look over, you see a younger looking human male dressed in not really like noble clothing, but a step up from the commoners. And he's got kind of like a wolf's pelt around his shoulders. His skin is a little bit paler than you've seen a lot of people in Ferelden. Kind of giving you the hint that he hails from a land that doesn't have a lot of sun. His hair is a soft brownish color, and just from the look of him, it just looks like he oozes charisma as everybody is coming by and shaking his hand. There are a couple people who seem to be a little more familiar with him as they're giving him hugs and everything, and he walks to one of the common tables over where the bar is at, and he sits down, and a couple people join him, and he just begins to familiarly talk to all of them, almost as if he knows every one of them by name.
I'll watch him for a little bit and then just kind of scoff in his general direction as I pick up my wine glass. Somebody likes to make an entrance, don't they?
Oh, he's another one of our more respected patrons. Master Ishmael is one of those chosen few.
Chosen few?
Yes. It's almost said that he would be able to convince the Maker to part with his seat.
Well, he does seem like the boisterous type, doesn't he?
Oh, that's just it. He isn't that cocky. He's more into helping people make their own choices in life. How would you say it's, motivational speaker. He listens to your problems, and then instead of telling you what to do, he inspires you to take matters into your own hands.
And he's trustworthy then, I suppose?
He's helped me on multiple occasions. He's the whole reason why I have my boutique here.
Well, if you keep his company, then I suppose should the moment ever arise, I will be welcoming to him as well.
And she nods, and she kind of raises her wine glass up as you look over, and Ishmael's doing the same thing as you're both given a plate of these almost sweet smelling oysters. And she just like rubs her hands together, and she takes a napkin, she puts it in her lap as she begins just to crack them open and just eat them.
And I follow suit.
And as you do, it doesn't taste like an oyster. For like the moment it passes your lips, it almost tastes like you're eating some sort of candied yam.
Have I had or heard of something like this before? Like, would I know what it is, where in the world it comes from?
It's a Tevinter thing. It's one of their more fine dishes that are served at parties, mainly because it's still oysters, but at the same time the chefs do something to that when cooking tricks your taste buds into make you think you're eating something less repulsive. And that's not me saying oysters are repulsive. Those things are delicious.
They are delicious. I'll just kind of mumble half under my breath, this place is full of surprises, isn't it? And I'll just dig in.
Okay. While all of this is going on, Ross, Magnus, and Valantha find themselves back in their room at the tavern that they were put up in. Valantha getting ready for her night on the town to pay a visit to a certain someone. Ross and Magnus making sure that their new weapons and armor are intact and polished.
Do either of your guys' ears itch? Mine are killing me.
It might be a Kunari thing.
Maybe.
Could be the weather.
I think I'm in my own separate room. I don't think I'm with the boys.
Oh no, you oh, so you're not with them is what you're saying. You're just
No.
like, okay.
Yeah. I'm in my room getting my stuff together.
I'm gonna head down to the bar and order myself, or tavern, and order myself some dinner and some drink.
Okay. And the bartender looks at you and is like, meat, I take it.
If you would.
Lots of it.
Yes. Thank you.
He nods and he walks to the back, and a bit later he comes out and you've got these two like very large ham hocks on a plate within a couple like two steaks along with it. He goes, got you some ham here from some freshly slaughtered boar and some bear steak.
I'm going to dig right in.
Okay. And he brings up a large tankard of ale, and like he fills it up, and then he brings like a bottle for you, and he just places it next to you, and he's like, help yourself.
Thank you. Come on.
Magnus, what are you doing?
Before anything, I definitely would have been trying on the new armor just for fit, getting used to it before I go down to find food.
When you put it on, it feels a bit clunky at first because you're used to walking around in the heavy leather, which kind of gives you a little more freedom of movement. But after about 15 minutes or so of moving around into this, your body just gets used to it, and it just feels like you're wearing a home. Your movements become more fluid and less hindered, though you're not as dexterous as you were.
No.
And you like, as you're walking around, your feet do like thud in the heavy armor that you are now wearing.
Yep, there's not going to be any subtlety in this. Good.
Oh yeah, don't roll stealth checks. Let's just say that.
No.
But like your thudding could be heard all down the hallway
Good.
of the upper part of the tavern.
Good. Well, once I'm satisfied with how it fits and the workmanship of it, I'm going to put on something a little more comfortable and head down for some food.
Okay. And as you walk down, you see Ross already digging into his meal. And seemingly to enjoy it, as you see the two, like the ham hocks and the bear steaks on the plate, and then just the large tankard of ale with a bottle next to him.
Are you eating for multiple people while we're here?
I mean, this seemed about right.
The bartender looks over. He's like, he said he wanted a lot of meat.
That, I mean, that is a lot of meat. Can I get the reverse portions of that of meat and whatever your finest ale is?
The reverse portions.
Yeah,
So you
about that much ale and about a tankard of worth of meat.
I like it.
Okay. Just to be clear, you don't want me to put the meat in the tankard, right?
No, the meat does not go in the tankard.
Okay, I had this image that I was going to put the meat in the tankard and I was just going to give you a bowl full of ale.
I mean,
A meat beer float.
no.
That doesn't even sound appetizing to me, and I'll eat anything.
Beer braised is one thing. That, I don't know.
A meat beer float.
Yes, meat beer float. Let's do this.
So he goes to the back and he brings you a plate, and it's a smaller ham hock with like a single bear steak, but then he brings you like a large tankard of ale, and he brings you a second one as well. As like that's the biggest cup we have, so I just doubled it.
Those'll do. Thank you.
And Valetha, you come downstairs after getting ready for the nights. Mentally, not yet.
No.
All right, what are you doing?
I'm going to. So my door is closed,
Mhm.
and I kind of inspect the room just to make sure no one is in there. And once I know that the coast is clear, I'm going to pull the stone out of my bag, and I'm just going to kind of sit on the bed. I found him.
And surprisingly enough, there's no response.
Are you there, Dareth? Are you there?
And you look down and there's no stone in your hand.
Like it disappeared?
Like it wasn't there to begin with. Like you reached for that stone and you thought you grabbed it, but it's not there.
I frantically look for it.
You pat your clothes down, you tear your bag out and everything like that. You throw everything on your bed. No sign of the stone.
I know who has it. I angrily stomp downstairs.
All right, as you very audible stomp comes downstairs while the two of you are eating your meal. And you look back and you see Valantho with a very visibly pissed off look on her face, like she's about to rip someone's head off.
I wonder what Thea did wrong this time.
Oh no, it wasn't her this time. Or maybe it was, I don't know. Just out of curiosity, none of you went into my bag, right?
And what purpose would
No.
I have doing that?
I have no idea. I just wanted to ask.
No, I can't say that I've had any inclination to look into your bags.
What about you, Ross?
No.
Fine. I'm going out for a bit. Don't wait up.
Do you require any assistance?
Nope. And I just walk out. And I head over to the Gilded Lily.
I have to ask, are you guys following her?
I kind of want to.
I'm not moving till I'm done to sail. It ain't happening.
I didn't mean you have to follow her all the way. I mean,
Ross looks up at the barkeep. Can we take this to go?
yeah, just take the cups. I've got, as he points back, it's like, I got a lot of them if you lose them.
Vegas, baby.
I mean, they're made out of wood.
Magnus finishes the one and picks up the other. Fine.
He just puts like a little like sippy cup lid on the top of it.
Hey, don't want to spill it. He's a dwarf. Half of it goes into his beard anyway when he drinks it.
I also take the last ham hock on the plate, so I'm there.
So you look like just like a random tourist walking down the street of Vegas.
This isn't Ren Fair.
I look like somebody from Ren Fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, you look like the basic Ren Fair goer at the moment. The giant ham hocks and the thing of ale.
You heathen, you know better.
Basic bitch Ren Fair edition.
Oh.
So it's pumpkin spice ale.
Yes. Sure, why not?
Are you guys being stealthy following me?
I'd say we're probably keeping a fair distance, but not particularly trying to be hidden.
So the two of you could give me some stealth checks while Valenta, you can give me a perception roll to see if you know the.
He doesn't get to make stealth checks.
He doesn't have the armor on.
He
He doesn't have the armor on.
I don't.
He doesn't have the
Oh,
armor
oh.
on, so he
Well
still
then.
gets to make a stealth check.
So is this just a straight up perception?
Yeah, it's just a straight up perception versus their stealth,
Okay.
Which
Which
is
is cunning, right?
which is cunning.
Oh, this is gonna
And I get a stunt bonus.
as I'm trying not to spill the ale as I'm doing this. It's like,
So, try as they might, Valenta, you see them, or you know they're there. You kind of could hear like Ross just like digging into the ham hock and then just drinking the beer, and then Magnus not really trying to hide. They're just walking down the street, probably about a good 20, 30 feet behind you.
Without turning around, I'm just still walking and I'm just like, why are you following me?
Just don't want you to get hurt.
Why would I not why do you think I would get hurt?
I don't know, but we're assuming that you're going to go track down Asthea, and part of me is concerned. Part of me
I kind of just want
Wants
to
the
see it at this
entertainment.
point.
Okay, I don't know what you two are planning. I am not looking for Asthea. I know, surprise, surprise. I do have other priorities. Thank you. I do
No,
not
you
need
don't.
chaperones or backup. Thank you.
Huh.
You can go back. Now, if I'm not back, in the wee hours of the morning, then sure, come look for me. But just, I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate the sentiment, though.
Oh, with that, Magnus looks around. I don't suppose there's any street entertainers wandering around.
Not really. It looks like any of the street entertainment is actually indoors at taverns.
Anything sounds particularly lively?
Mm. Go ahead and give me a perception roll. See if there's anything that catches your attention. Magnus, you gonna give me one?
Sure. A really nice mug of
Someone's enjoying his sippy cup.
Yeah, you guys are more interested in the sippy cups than anything. Though there is like a couple like pops in the air as like a couple fireworks start going off down in the market district.
fireworks. Why would there be fireworks?
I don't know.
as Magnus is now trying to jog his memory as to any reason there should be fireworks.
None that you know. There's no celebrations coming up. There, like, you're in a time of quote unquote peace, but you know the blight is, you know, like slowly but surely making its way towards Denerim. There's been rumors that the king is in mourning, so you don't really know why people are lighting fireworks off in the middle of the town.
Damn. Kid.
Curiosity is getting the better of me.
And I turn around to see them being distracted, and I'm like, all right, good. And I just keep walking.
So you keep walking on down, you make your way down to the Gilded Lily. And to your annoyance, they've never really left you. As they've been following the fireworks, you've been going to the tavern. And as you get there, you could see a bunch of kids running around these small barrels of pyrotechnics with these little wands that have light on them. They're just running around and just like lighting them all on fire, and they're launching them up into the air, and they're laughing like the little morons that they are.
Hey, go do that over there.
The fireworks are here.
Move them over there.
They're not strong enough. As you see him just like lift up the sparkler as he lights another fuse and just launches off into the air.
No, I don't have time for this. I just rub my temples and I just walk in.
And Ross, Magnus, you guys arrive probably about like 2 minutes after that. You see the kids playing around with like the barrels of fireworks.
What's the occasion?
We found them.
I sit down on a curb and I lift my cup and I say, "Celebrate on."
Kids will be kids. Just don't light yourself on fire and keep having fun.
Okay.
It's like Magnus is like, I'm curious. Oh, it actually wasn't that great. Whatever.
And the one of the kids calls back, the adults said we could do it. And they all just start running around and lighting off random fuses again.
Who?
Have you tried lighting 5 at the same time?
And you see one of the kids stop.
Oh, no.
And you just see that light bulb go off in its head as it just starts grabbing like handfuls of fireworks. And then like a tiny wannabe MacGyver just starts tying the fuses together.
Kid's gonna lose a thumb. All right.
And then he ties the fireworks, so like the sticks of the fireworks together with like a small thing of twine. And he just like jams it into the ground. While that is happening,
I told them to not set themselves on fire. It's the best I can do.
Estia, you've been having a wonderful dinner. Like, the meal that's been brought out to you is exquisite. It's a standard 8-course meal. All of it prepared and cooked with love and care.
And I have been eating it as prim and proper as an Altus highborn like myself would, and making small talk the entire time.
And you've noticed that this, like, as time has gone on, the two of you have gotten through a couple bottles of this Tevinter Red. But just more keep coming, as, like, the small talk has been from anywhere between, you know, your family, you know, what it was like growing up as an Altus, things that were expected of you, her time with her family and what she was taught about her homeland and her people, how she got started as a dressmaker, and how she came to Denerim and was able to set up her own boutique.
And I've been listening and like hanging on every word that she says, genuinely interested in what she has to say, even though it's just small talk.
Just for a brief moment, as she lifts up her spoon to take a sip of her soup, the door to the tavern opens up, and you see a very familiar elf walking through the door, but with a rather pissed off look on her face. More pissed off than she's been before at you for some of the things that you've pulled. But the way that she's looking, she like looks around, and it's like all of a sudden it looks like her eyes have just honed in on something, and it's not you. But it looks like whatever she's looking at, she's gonna kill.
It's a refreshing change of pace for Thea, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna kind of lean across the table. I think I'm whispering, but the wine is probably telling me that I'm not whispering. It's gonna be like,
I don't know. Give me a Constitution roll. Let's see how well Estia can hold her wine.
You're just that drunk where you're just like, hey,
I mean,
hey, don't look over there.
we've had a few bottles at this point. That's not too bad.
Decent. It's decent. You're drunk, but you're not like Karen drunk, so you're fine.
Toasty?
You're toasty. You're comfortable.
Don't look now, but Trouble just walked through the door. Do not make eye contact with that one.
Trouble. And she looks around. She's like,
she's an elf.
Is that bad?
That one is, yes.
Like, which one is it?
The angry one. Don't worry, she'll probably start yelling any minute now.
And she looks up and she like squints her eyes. She's like, the right or the left one?
No, don't make eye contact.
I feel like you guys have the
On the
menu. I'm
right.
like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're like, oh god. Oh god, mom just
Wine
walked
menu.
in.
Oh god.
I'm gonna shift in my chair slightly so my back and shoulder are kind of facing the direction of Valentha.
And Valentha, you come storming into the Gilded Lily, and you can see Ishmael sitting there near the back of the one of your ears fell off.
No.
Now you're only half elf.
Ah.
As you
Immersion broken.
stream over, immersion broken. As you can see Ishmael sitting in the back of like the tavern part of the Lily with a couple friends around him, and as soon as your eyes meet, he kind of gets like a very twisted smile on his face, and he whispers something to the people gathered around him, and all of them leave as he just sits there holding his hands over one another, with a very familiar stone sitting in front of him.
I try to compose myself, though my mood is very much still on my face. And I, a little more calmly now, walk up to his table and I sit across from him and I just stare at him.
I actually didn't think you'd show up. Normally,
Well.
you need direction to do anything. That's why I took him away. As he just slowly just taps on the stone.
What is it that you want? Why torment me?
Because you haven't accepted your freedom.
My freedom.
Yes.
And what is my freedom?
Not living by others' standards, not being controlled by this. See, again, he just like very, very disappointingly touches the stone.
Oh, you see, I've had my own free will this entire time. I have been able to do whatever I want.
Oh, so you don't need this.
Oh, I need it. It's called friends.
See, what you call a friend, I call a crutch.
But you were surrounded by so many of them just a moment ago.
Oh, those are not friends.
I know they're not.
Those
You
are
manipulative little bastard.
acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
Future.
Victims.
Nah, no victims. Victims would imply that I had something to do with their demise. I'm simply giving them a choice.
Really, you've had a change of heart after you ruined everything? Destroyed my family?
That was not my doing.
It was.
They all made their choice.
You forced their hand. You manipulated them.
Manipulated, forced. No. I simply guided them. Gave them the courage to make their choices.
You did not give them the courage. You invoked fear and desperation in them.
Those are such great motivational instincts, aren't they? Just like your anger has led you here. All you had to do was see me.
And you'll pay for what you did.
Maybe. Maybe not. But it's not going to be here.
No, because if I strike you down now, then I'll just get myself in trouble since you have so many admirers. And as much as I would like to say I don't care after striking you down, I still have some things I need to do.
Oh, I know. But I can help make that easier.
No, I'm not doing any deals with you.
Well, you might, but that one might. As he kind of nods over to Astia.
Oh.
Do you think she noticed me?
As you see that Elena has kind of built a small fort of menus around her face, and she's picking up over, and she like peeks back down. She's like, I don't know. Am I in danger?
As long as she doesn't come over here, I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
Be prepared to run though, just in case.
Yes. We will tip the table on her, and we will storm out of here.
Perfect.
You can do whatever you want with that one at this point. I don't care. But if you want to go outside of town, we can settle this.
I think you do
so
care.
Powerful.
I think you do care about that one.
You know me so well.
I know
that you would think that.
I know she's important.
Ugh, not to me, per se.
Your eyes deceive you. This one, as he, again, taps the stone, has given you instructions about that one.
And how do you know so much about it?
I have ears everywhere. Like
That's
you
unfortunate.
said, I have friends.
Surprising that you have friends.
Not really. It's so much. You make friends so much easier with a smile than a scowl.
And yet I go back to how you manipulate everybody. Flaunting pretty words that you're some sort of choice spirit. You're nothing but a fucking demon.
No, that would be a succubus. As
You're so funny.
He just grins, and he looks around and is like, "So you say I can do whatever I want to that one?"
All I care about is your demise.
No, that's not happening now or anytime soon.
You took everything from me.
Or did I give you everything?
No, you did not.
I've made you stronger.
You gave my people what they wanted, and it was the wrong thing. They were too stupid to see it. You
go.
took something from me, though.
You admit it. It was your people's choice, their stupidity that led them down
Their
that path.
desperation that you manipulated.
I didn't manipulate anything. I just helped guide them to what their natural instinct would have been.
By sacrificing my sister?
A means to the end.
No! She was everything to me, and you took her from me.
I didn't do anything.
You were the one that slit her throat.
Or did she let me?
Again, desperation. If you weren't there, it would have never have happened.
True. But they are better that I was there.
You made things worse for all of us. And you will pay for it.
Again, you keep saying that, and yet I'm sitting here untouched with a whole new flock of friends, leading them to their choices.
Can I quickly whip out my dagger and just try to stab his hand to the table?
Sure. Go ahead and give me an attack.
Oh, I think, wait, hold on. That's the wrong one.
That's a
I forgot.
dexterity roll.
Yep. I think I hit the right one.
So you raise the dagger and you bring it down. It goes right into the back of his hand. And he just looks down at it. I'm not gonna lie. That stings. But I hope you got it out of your system.
Oh, no. But this will suffice for now. I am tracking you down, and I am keeping aware of what is going on. This is not over.
Oh, by the way, did you like the fireworks outside?
I don't care.
You should.
If you're trying to distract me, it's not going to work. And I just stay locked on him.
No. This isn't a distraction. It's a warning. Because we're such great friends. You may want to clear out of here.
One, I know you are... Technically, you tell the truth. It's just very pretty words when you tell the truth. But I'm not going to heed your words, and we're not friends. Give me back the stone. Is it actually free? Can I actually try to grab it and just bring it back? Not quickly, just being like, bitch, it's mine.
He does. Yeah, he just
Okay.
lifts up his hands like, take it. Little puppet takes its strings.
If you come back to me again and we're surrounded by people, I will not hesitate. This is a warning. I don't care at this point. So do what you will. I'll take the knife out and fuck off. And I'll storm out.
And as you're walking out, like, do you ever wonder what her last thoughts were?
I stop. And I'll turn around. You know, I don't need to know.
No, it was just a question.
I already know she always thinks of family first. And those were probably her last thoughts. And that's what I truly believe in, regardless of what you say.
I know she still yearns for you. On a daily basis.
Fuck off. And I'll turn back around.
I'll give her your regards.
Leave her soul alone if that's what you're trying to manipulate with me.
And he grins. He's like, you mean my soul? A choice, remember?
You lie.
Have you ever known me to lie?
You don't have that kind of power.
You think that's power?
Well, then what do you call it?
A gift.
A gift.
Mm-hmm.
That's your little present.
Oh, yeah, to me. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
From a friend. Since I couldn't have you, I took her.
That's not a thing.
Oh,
Her spirit is already beyond to our gods. She's not here anymore.
You would think that. But just like the common thief steals a silver from the purse, we can snatch souls like that. She was tainted. So we
Her
took
soul
her.
was tainted.
Oh, yes. The
That's
minute-
hard to believe. Now I know you're lying.
The minute she let me dig that blade into her flesh,
You shut your mouth about that.
and the blood began to flow from that wound, she was tainted.
Your touch tainted her.
So did my blade.
What do you want from me?
From you, the one who got away, I just want to see you suffer.
Oh, good. We have the same goal.
But I have more ammunition against you. As he takes like one final drink of his ale, and he stands up. He's like, friends, let us go watch the moonlight together. It is one of the more inspirational times of the day when you can just look up at the stars. And you could just about 20 people get up and begin to follow him out. Move against me and I will make sure every one of them is slaughtered. And then he just walks on out.
I wait until he's gone from my view and trying so hard not to lose it. I am heading towards the exit, but as I walk by, I see his table. Without even looking at her, I just flip all the menus over and I'm just like, get out of the tavern, there's gonna be trouble.
And the moment you flip those menus, Elena gives out a scream and she flips the table and just bolts out.
Still walking. I don't know how well she is at aiming that table at me or how she can.
Oh no, she just
Not
like
walking.
she just flipped the table in a random direction and just ran.
Yep.
Can I'm gonna go with her, with Elena, but can I make like a, I don't know, dex check or something as she's starting to flip the table to grab the open bottle of wine that's on it?
Sure. But you're gonna have a -3 because you are drunk.
Save
That's
the wine!
fine. I mean, I have, okay, yeah. So that's 7. I rolled a 7.
So you try your best, but you bungle the wine. It ends up splashing everywhere as it falls to the ground and the glass just shatters.
And I just kind of stand there like for a moment and then take off running after Elena.
Oh, because that ruined your night. And I go straight back to the tavern. I don't even care about the kids. I just go straight back to the other tavern.
Okay. And as you walk out of the tavern, you hear this loud, like, whoosh sound as it like just the very audible scream of the fireworks begins to happen. And Ross and Magnus, you see that the 5 skyrockets that this kid tied together take off and begin to whiz out of control as it crashes on through the window of the Gilded Lily and just goes off inside.
Oh no.
You started. I'm not there. I'm not there. Bitch, this is you.
And you could see like fire beginning to erupt from the inside and people like running out screaming. A couple of them do have like some burn marks and everything on them, a couple like open wounds from the explosion. Some of them have like splintered wood and broken glass sticking out of them.
Is there a well near us at all? Or a water trough or anything?
There's a well, yes. There's a well probably about a good 30 feet from where the kid lit the rocket off from.
I'm gonna rush over to it, fill a bucket, and try to stop the fire.
What are you doing, Magnus? You're muted.
Every time.
I'm following Ross. And is there more than one bucket there?
Yeah, there are a couple.
Okay.
There are a couple buckets. There seems to be where a lot of the shopkeepers and stuff get their water for their for like their businesses and everything. But it takes you probably a good 25 minutes to be able to quell the fire. And there's substantial fire damage to the Gilded Lily, but you're able to save the building itself.
Good.
About halfway through your guys's ordeal of trying to put out the fire, the local, quote unquote fire brigade, which is just like whatever the nearby town guard or city guards are, come and they help you as well. And afterwards, one of the guards comes up to the two of you. Very brave of you to risk your lives to save this location. Tell me, were you here when this happened? What caused such a fire to begin with?
Fireworks.
Fireworks? Why were there fireworks?
I point it where I'm pretty sure the barrels are behind us still.
And he looks over and he just goes over the barrels. Sure enough, there is just loaded with like skyrockets and everything. These should not be here.
Now, the children mentioned somebody said, what was that name again?
Ishmael.
One of the
What is
children
that? God damn it.
said that Ishmael told them to play with them. Whoever that is.
Master Ishmael told them to play with them?
Specifically here as well.
Well, we will have to talk to Master Ishmael. That doesn't sound like him, but maybe he had one too many to drink tonight. But it's still curious how these fireworks got here. These are supposed to be in one of the more, the not really secure, but the celebratory hold for the castle. These are specifically used for celebrations and holiday events.
That's why we were here. We thought there was some sort of celebration.
None that are scheduled. How very odd.
Apparently.
Well, can I get the two of your names? I may need to call upon you later on.
I'm Magnus, and
I'm Ross.
Magnus, Ross, where are you staying at?
I kind of gesture up the hill from where we came.
So not only are you heroes, you are important heroes.
I kind of look at Magnus. We're here to see the king, but as he's out, we must wait.
Yes, sad news of that sort. I'm afraid it's going to take him some time before he's back to his normal self. It's not much that you lose your closest friend and the love of your life in one day.
We are
Hi, Warden.
sorry to hear of the loss.
Do not give me the sympathies. It was not my loss. But when you talk to him, it's best not to address it. Fresh wounds and all.
Thank you for the advice.
Well,
Now, if you will excuse me, I have to write a report on this fire, find some children, and then talk to the master, see why he told children to play with these fireworks. And he excuses himself and leaves the two of you to your own whims. As Magnus, as you're doing that, you see, like he's walking away, you see both Astia and some other woman at the moment crouching behind a barrel across the street, kind of like peeking over and stuff every now and then.
Well, that doesn't bode well.
I pick up what remains of the mug of ale that was sitting beside the well. That is currently not my problem. And I can head back to the inn we're staying at.
What about Ross?
I'll square up with Astia, which is let's be honest, with a Kunari is kind of hard to miss. Try to lock eyes, and once I get her gaze back, I will walk away.
And it's a very brief gaze.
And Elena is just like, is the scary elf gone?
I think so, but we should wait until the dwarf and the brute are gone as well.
Are they scary as well?
And she kind of rubs the back of her head where the axe has been contacted several times. They're short-tempered sometimes.
Well, okay. Where do we go after this?
Well, I'm afraid I don't know. We should probably just head back to your place.
I have a place?
Well, your shop.
I have a shop?
That was your shop, wasn't it? I've been fooled once before. It could happen again.
Wait. Where am I?
I don't know. I'm new here.
So we're both lost.
It seems that way, yes.
But what do we do? I'm not supposed to make contact for another 2 days.
Make what?
Contact.
With what?
My keeper. Where am
You'll have to fill me in a bit more than that.
I can't. No talking. Dresses.
Well,
yes, dresses.
Wait.
Dresses.
We've had a lot of wine. Am I your keeper?
No.
Then who's your keeper?
I don't know. I just refer to them as the keeper.
Well, should we go looking for them? Where
No,
were you supposed to meet them?
No, looking for them means they kill you.
Well, that doesn't sound preferable.
No. I have to keep you safe.
I thought I was keeping you safe.
You're not the target.
Well, that's good. I'm tired of being the target. Are you the target?
No.
Then who?
Some royalty. Tevinter, yes. Tevinter royalty. She's supposed to be in town. I'm supposed to get information on her. And then they take her.
Do you have a name? Who is this Tevinter royalty?
Oh, yes, and she pulls out this like roll of parchment from like a small purse on her hip. It's like, yes, this, and she hands it to you.
I unroll it and look at it.
Fire part creature, thank you for the follow. And it's a wanted poster of you.
Finally!
As you
At
see
this
that
point,
there is a list of atrocities and taboos committed in Tevinter that you are accused of.
Gonna go ahead and do another one of those. Is that good or bad? That's for holding my alcohol at the moment.
No, that's not good. You kind of throw up at that moment from like the surprise and the stress and the amount of wine drunk that you are. You just start throwing up.
I don't mean to alarm you, Elena, but I think this is me. She kind of holds up the poster next to her face.
And she's like,
I just can't get my nose right.
it does look like you, but you're so nice.
Right?
Okay, run.
Which way? I don't know where I am.
Follow the scary people. I'll go this way. And she just begins to walk down towards the pier.
I don't want to follow scary people. I'm just gonna pick a direction and run.
Okay, can I get a we can do it this way. Can we get a
Can we get a magical beeper on this kid?
beep? Oh, what would that be? I think this is just gonna be a cunning roll.
My cunning's pretty good. Okay, that roll wasn't good, but normally my cunning is good.
All right, so Valenta, did you just storm back to the inn?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So Valenta shows up in the inn before everyone else, obviously pissed off. About 30 minutes or so after that, Ross and Magnus come on in after saving the Gilded Lily and everything. Actually, it's about an hour and a half after, I should say, because it took them a bit of time to put out the fire. And then maybe about 6 hours after that, Estia comes stumbling into there, kind of in a panic, a little less wine drunk now, making a little more sense of what's going on. But you've wandered throughout most of the city before like the wine started wearing off. You started getting your wits about you again, and it took you some time to get back onto the right track and back to the inn. So it's about 3-4 o'clock in the morning by the time you come stumbling into the tavern.
I'm asleep. Just dead to the world asleep.
Did we have like one room for the lot of us, or did we all have separate rooms?
You all
I
had
can't
separate
remember.
rooms.
But I don't have to bunk with you.
Barf.
I know. I don't want
Uh,
to bunk with her either, Saran. I know.
Actually, that's a very good point. Thank you, dog. I'm going to call out for Dorinius.
And you hear the door to your room open up, and Durinius very sleepily begins to walk down the stairs and sits next to you and kind of looks up at you with like half awake eyes.
Oh, good boy. Well, come with me. I'm gonna go up to the room that he came out of. I'm gonna shut the door behind him. I need you to stay and keep watch. I'm going to go asleep. I'm sorry. You look very tired, but I've had a very rough evening, and I need some sleep. But we may be in danger, so just like sit in front of the door.
He's
and
like,
keep watch.
he kind of looks at you, he's like, bruff. And he walks over to the door. Instead of sitting in front of it, he like does the little like dog like circle and just slams against the door and just goes back to sleep. So you have like you have about like 150, 200 pound door stop against the door right now.
I'll take it. I'm going to go over to the bed and bundle up all the blankets and then just like huddle up into the corner of the bed and fall asleep eventually.
Okay. Valentha, when you got back, what did you do?
I wanted to, before I went to my room, I wanted to grab a drink real quick, at the bar, like up there, slam the drink down, and I'm just gonna look at the bartender. I'm gonna be, what do you know about the situation with the king?
King Alistair?
Yes.
He's in mourning.
Yes, I know. What's going on?
Well, if rumors are true, nothing's been confirmed yet. He lost his wife and his friend, that hero of Ferelden. Apparently the two of them fell down a sinkhole on one of their little outings.
Where did they go?
Just a little north of the city, just on a little one of those nature rides, I guess you would call it.
Right.
Whatever them royals do.
Hypothetically, if I went to go track them down and bring them back, the king would be here instead of doing whatever for the next how many days?
Oh, the king is here. He is just locked in the castle.
I know, but he won't see us for another, like, several days. So if I could just speed this up so I can get out of here, if I were to just go track them down, he wouldn't be in mourning, right? Logically, right?
Well, if they were still alive, yes, that would cure his mourning.
Great. So I don't know who I need to talk to, but I need to talk to someone to get, like, maybe something of theirs for my dog to sniff, or for me to know what to track, or get maybe a more direct direction of where they went so I can do my job as a tracker and find them and get out of here.
Well, the only person that would be able to do that is either the king or one of his stewards, seeing as how none of us have any of the queen's personal property.
Right. Well, unless the king is willing to seek an audience, which I'm pretty sure he's not. Where can I find one of his stewards?
Up at the castle.
So I could just waltz on in, it's okay?
Well, you can waltz on up.
Okay. They're not open right now, are they? The gate's probably down, isn't it?
Yeah, they're probably sleeping.
Thank you so much. I know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I will have one more to go, please.
You want some of the hard stuff?
Yes.
And he's like, all right. And he reaches down. He brings up this like, this very black, like liquid, very thick black liquid as he pours it into the glass for you. Like, just a warning. Got a kick. It's Canary make.
Good. Now give him whatever money I owe him. I was gonna say a gold, but that might be expensive.
like,
I don't know. Could be.
Your meals and drinks are on the house. I was told you're friends of the king.
Awesome. Thank you. And I will go upstairs, scream into my pillow, chug, and completely slam down that drink.
I need a constitution check from you for that.
That is okay. Oh,
Valentha can hold her alcohol.
I'm angry. It doesn't kick in yet.
Oh, it's got a kick. It's got a kick. I was just rolling to see if you just killed yourself.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, Canary Ale. And
It's more
with
Canary.
that,
It's more Canary whiskey, but yeah.
oh yeah, no, I've done that scene with
Yeah.
Iron Bull. Yeah. Yep. So I am then going to face first flop into my pillow. Tell Sarans, keep a lookout. I am not in the mood.
I love how you're dabbing right now.
Oh, I was just trying to muffle and like, bad. And I'm just going to pass out with the stone. Well, I'll put the stone back in my pack, but I'm going to like hug the pack to my chest and just face down and pass out.
Okay. Magnus, Ross, when you guys come back in, it's a little peaceful in the inn. The bartender looks over at you. He's like, your elf friend okay? He's asking a lot of questions about the king and then saying that she was going to go and find the queen and his friend who fell down a hole. I wasn't really paying attention.
I'm sure she has a plan, which she will detail in the morning.
All right. I just wanted to let you know.
I set the tankard back on the counter. I need another one of those, though.
Yeah, I was just thinking I'm going to put it down and just go.
And he just happily just fills the glasses for you.
Anything stronger?
As he reaches down underneath the thing and he brings up the Canary whiskey.
You
And
just
look at
said
it.
like grin, get really, really wide.
Like, well, I got this. Surprisingly enough, your elf friend had some of this.
Oh, really?
Took it up to our room.
Oh, we should make sure she's still breathing.
Oh, you can do that. As he pours you a glass of the Canary drink. I forget what that's called now.
Death.
You
Death
know
to
what? I
Connor.
forgot too. Oh my gosh.
But it's pretty much Canary Jack Daniels is what it is.
But it's like really, really new whiskey where it's like it has that horrible burn that the second if you inhale, you're like,
It's literally just rubbing alcohol.
Yep. I'm looking it up right now.
It's death in a bottle. Let's
Mhm.
be clear about this.
And the only reason I made Valentha do that is because he's an elf.
Maris Lock.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Death. Like, hey kids, you want to drink alcohol? Maybe put some bleach in there too. That's how Canary make it. They just take whatever household products they have and they just dump it into a cup and drink it.
Distilled bleach.
Bleach and hydrogen peroxide, yes. Yeah.
So night passes. everyone gets some sort of sleep. When you guys check on Valantha to make sure she's okay, you can hear snoring coming from the other side of the door.
She's good. Toss mine back.
And I think with that, we will go ahead and take our next break for the night. I just realized we haven't taken a break for about like an hour.
It's all good.
It's all
Oh
good.
no!
But stick with us, guys. We will be right back. Just need to get up, stretch your legs. I need to get something to drink because my throat is killing me. And when we get back, we'll find out what the morning holds for everyone. So stick with us, guys. We'll be right back. All right, we are back.
Never mind. Message me.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
You missed Evie playing like Springboard with your chair while you were on
Oh, she
board.
does that. Like, this thing is just absolutely destroyed.
She was playing How High Can I Jump From There?
Mm-hmm.
Rojan.
Hmm.
This is what the dragon heads on my torque look like.
All right. Looks awesome. So, as morning comes to everyone, Estia waking up with that wine drunk hangover.
Ooh, that's a bad one too.
It is a bad one.
I've never been wine drunk, but I've heard it's the worst kind of drunk.
Is
The
Terrible hangover.
bells begin to ring out in alarm early in the morning, right as the sun is coming up. A sort of almost rushed panic is heard from outside as people seem to be running down the street.
It's too damn early for this.
I'm gonna take my pillow and put it over my head and my face.
I'll look outside my window and see what all the hubbub is.
Same.
You see a couple people, just like commoners, running, like quickly walking past the establishment and down towards the market district.
Do they look panicked or do they just look like they're
It's more confused than panicked.
Okay. I'm gonna scan the horizon. Do I see smoke or dust or anything?
No smoke or anything, but from where you're at, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
I'm actually gonna start like walking out and seeing what's going on.
You can see that they're gathering at the pier.
Oh no. That's out of character. Oh no.
Oh no. See, now it's in my head. Now it's in my head now that I said it. Yeah, I'm gonna go outside with all my gear and just see what's going on.
Same.
What about Magnus and Estia?
There is going to be the loudest clanking as Magnus tries to do stairs in this.
I'm coming.
Why
I'm
is everything so loud this morning?
I'm gonna
Oh,
do
yeah, it's
three
like-
really loud knocks on everybody's door that isn't coming
It-
out already.
It's so bad for Estia because you've got the bells ringing, Ross knocking on the door, and just these very heavy footprints walking down the hall past her door. Just like guaranteeing that she is not going to get back to sleep.
The bed that I am currently in still. If one desired to go underneath the bed, is there room for that?
There is not.
It's a trundle.
Okay.
And there's like your eyes slowly open. You can see not Saran, but Durinius like up on the windowsill looking out, like curious of what all the noise is about.
Anything to be concerned about, boy?
And he's like, "Arf." And he turns around and goes and he jumps up and starts slapping the door, trying to get out.
Oh, do that a little quieter, please. Your claws are
And
scratching the
he
wood.
can't- He can't really do it quieter, but he starts to do it slower.
All right, I'm getting up. I'm getting up. And she will take quite a while, but she will eventually get up and get dressed. There's no making yourself look pretty when you have a wine hangover. It's just bedhead, no makeup,
Doesn't even brush her hair. My
doesn't
goodness.
even brush her hair.
Looks like something the cat dragged in.
It's giving
Yeah.
it short hair. Oh.
So her bedhead is more like a Saiyan haircut at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm probably the first one that left, probably.
Yep. So it takes a while for everybody to get down there, but Valantha, you're there before, like, you and Ross almost show up simultaneously because you both left at the same time. Magnus is a little bit slower getting there, as you know, it's very hard to work stairs in heavy armor.
Just roll.
But he is able to show up like almost a little before Estia gets there. Like she's holding her head and everything from the wine drunkenness. You guys begin to push through the crowds. You can see there's a small group of guards kind of holding everybody back from the scene.
Oh no. Yeah. I'm gonna. Well, I don't know this obviously. Our Valantha doesn't know this, but I'm just gonna try to get closer to see what's going on.
Give me
Are there any ships or anything coming in, or is
no
it just
ships, no anything.
okay?
Same here.
The dock is kind of empty. But yeah, go ahead and give me perception rolls.
That's not bad. Ross is
Damn, everyone sees it.
Damn. Ross is taller.
So as you guys all look there, you see, like, you're able to see the scene on there. There are 3 bodies laying on the pier. Each one of them with their throats slit.
Do I recognize the handiwork?
And then, almost in very taunting handwriting across one of the sides of the ships, it says, "Everyone has a choice."
This guy.
One of them being Astia's friend from last night.
Can I see that she's there?
Oh, you can, yeah. She is there.
I just push my way through anyone that's in front of me and go straight to the body.
Okay, I'm going to need a strength roll, as the guards are going to be trying to, like, hold you back.
Oh, good lord. Hey, mage, give me a strength roll.
Ooh.
I mean, not bad, not bad.
Not bad.
Better though.
Oh, he did better though.
So you're pushing and they're holding your back. It's like, ma'am, you got it. You must stay back.
Get off of me. I know her. Let me by.
And they kind of, like, look at one another and they just shrug and they very reluctantly let you by.
I very aggressively push by them and run over to the body and kneel down next to it. I grab her hands and I check for any sign of life in them.
She's long since dead.
I doubt anyone can hear it. I'm mumbling stuff to myself very quietly, and anyone from the party that is watching would see the telltale signs of Esthea using her magic to try to heal, and nothing happens, and she does it again and again and again, and she is very visibly shaken and starting to cry as she's trying to heal this person.
Do I recognize the other 2 bodies at all?
They look to be just 2 humans.
I pissed off, but not so obvious this time. Definitely doing a much better job keeping it not on the surface. I just shake my head and I turn around and look for Magnus.
And Magnus isn't really hard to spot at the moment. His armor's kind of glinting in the sun. He's kind of like this dwarf-sized strobe light at the moment. Or not strobe light, but disco ball at the moment.
Magnus, I'm going to try and see if I can talk to the king. Do you want to come?
Sure.
Ross, feel free if you want to drag her or watch her until she's done, or just come with us. Either way, I'm going now.
I'm going to follow that up with Ross. Just keep an eye on Esthea. Don't let her do anything rash.
Don't let her do anything blood magic-y.
That's the loose translation, yes.
Don't let her do anything logical, because her logic is completely different from our logical.
And you guys will be making your way to the castle, correct?
When she's done, you can follow us.
On that note, I'm going to try to get past the guards, not aggressively. I'm going to say, let me help my friend.
The human woman, your friend?
Yes.
Yeah. Then they just go ahead and they let you by.
And I'm gonna walk up to Esthea and kneel down next to her, and I'm gonna. She was with you last night, wasn't she?
She was. We spent a great deal of time together. Why is she here? Who are these other people? And what the hell is that on the boat over there? Why involve her?
I'm sorry, I don't know, but maybe something from your time with her last night might help.
There was a lot that we talked about. I told her a lot about myself. She told me a lot about her. I don't see any connections as to why she would be here. She mentioned something about a keeper, I think, and that they were dangerous.
Well, if this scene is any indication, I would say they are. And if I was the one who had done any of this, I might still be watching. They obviously left a note for someone, and they might want to see if it was appropriately delivered.
They left more than one note. And she reaches into her bag and kind of throws the rolled up parchment that she got from Elena, the wanted poster. She throws it at Ross. They left that as well. And if they wish to come and get me, then they're more than welcome to. I will be waiting.
Once I open it, I quickly fold it back up and tuck it in my belt. And it's all well and good to make a stand, and should the time come, I'm sure you will. But for now, we should go and gather our thoughts.
For this, Ross, I will be making more than just a stand. I will be making a march straight up to Tevinter and to the doorstep of whoever issued this.
Probably the most logical thing I've heard come out of your mouth yet.
And I'm going back to the tavern to collect my things. I'm not wasting any more time here.
Well, Valentha and Magnus are on their way to the castle to try to expedite the meeting with the king.
I give no shits about their king, she says quite loudly in front of the crowd and guard. Alistair can go die with his wife for all I care. She stands up and stomps off. Sorry, Zoro. Stands up and stomps off.
I think this is the first time Roz is literally clueless as to how to react.
You're like, wait, who now?
There are so many just wait, what? In all of this.
So, like, as you're walking by, there are a couple people that are like giving Esthea like the stink eye. Other people are like taken aback that you would say such a thing. But nobody makes a move against you. More that they don't know if you've said it out of grief or if you actually mean it. But they're giving you the benefit of the doubt. And as you begin to storm off, Ross, are you following her, or are you making your way up to the castle?
I'm going to be stunned for a second because of just
not knowing how to react. And before I know it, Asia's probably about halfway through the crowd. But my first thought is that I need to let Valentha and Magnus know about this. So
Okay.
how far has Valentha and Magnus gotten in that?
You're
somewhat
gonna have to
recover?
separate from Astia to catch up to them.
Yes, I realize that.
Yeah, but
But
when
dwarf
you
and heavy plate mail.
yeah when you push your way out of the crowd, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Well, they did tell me where they're going.
Yeah, I just want to see if you can see them because again, disco ball.
Okay. Really? This is the time I roll them?
You really don't see them, but you know that they're on their way up to there. So if you were to walk with a brisk pace, you should be able to catch up to them before they reach the gates of the castle.
I'm going to run, not in an alarming way, but run after them.
Okay.
And I have a pretty decent speed, so I hope I can catch up sooner rather than later.
So while the little scene at the pier is going on, Valentha and Magnus, you begin to make your way through the city towards the highest point, towards the castle. You're not really stopped, or there's not a lot of foot traffic, as most of this district of the city is currently down at the pier to find out what all the commotion is about. Though the words this sort of written on the boat kind of haunting Valentha a bit. The scene played out at the pier, bringing back a little more of those wounded memories.
Try to stay composed as I try to find someone I can talk to.
Okay. So it takes you a little bit, and as you're approaching up towards the entryway to the gates, you hear someone running up behind you.
Do I hear a clunk, 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 clunk?
Yeah, just very heavy. Again, not really heavy, but not light. Footfalls as they're running up to you. And when you turn and look, it's Ross.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Magnus.
Oh no, Magnus has kept pace with you the whole time.
There's been a bit of jogging involved, but I've been keeping pace.
My fault. I'm power walking. I'm sorry.
But you see Ross approaching you without Astia.
So she says she's leaving.
Of course she is.
Where?
Probably going home.
Yes, but apparently this has developed into a crusade for her.
Of course it has. I don't know why she's so upset, but trust me, she doesn't have tracking skills. She's not going to get far, and I will catch up with her.
I don't think she has much tracking in mind. I think she's just beelining it for.
I know. The point is she can beeline in any direction she wants. She won't get far because she'll get lost. It's just... I have a plan. She's not going to obey it, but I have a plan. We technically are going in the same direction, but she just needs to wait for her crusade. Just stall her for a moment while I figure this out.
Well, she's upset because apparently she made a pretty good connection with the woman
that she was trying to heal. And apparently, that note on the side of the ship was not the only thing left with her last night. And I take the poster out and I show it to them.
Lantha has been very good trying to keep things composed, but she does let out a snort. She's like, she has a wanted poster.
I'm not
Okay.
shocked.
I'm not either.
Disappointed,
sh-
yes. Shocked, no.
My short time with you has revealed she's prone to trouble, so this, yeah.
Well, I don't know about that poster, but I can tell you right now that message on the side of the boat was not for her.
Who was it for?
It was for me.
Care to elaborate?
And I just keep walking. I'm pulling it back, so I'm just walking away.
You just hear a very exasperated sigh / growl come out from Roz. Like, fine, more secrets.
Secret, I got a secret.
Secret, hush, hush, hush.
And I'm gonna look for her stuff.
All right, so you're able to you make it up to the like the walled gates of the castle grounds, and there amongst it is a gentleman standing out in front of it. It's not really in a guard's attire, but more of a like a house servant. And as you are making your way up, he holds up a gloved hand. I am sorry, but the king is not seeing anyone today.
Well, you can tell the king that I may have a solution to his problems if he will just grant us a short audience that concerns the 2 people that's missing.
You mean the missing queen?
Yes.
You do know that she is dead.
Do you know that for sure?
There was no sign of her in the hole.
Do you know where the hole is?
I do.
Oh, good. Maybe I can just talk to you then. Where is it so I can try to track her and locate? There was 2 people. I was told it was the hero of Ferelden was with them.
If you must know, that is true.
Did you find that body as well?
There were no bodies recovered.
So how do you know they're dead? Maybe they escaped.
Doubtful. There was
Why?
no reply when His Majesty called out. And the growls of Darkspawn were all around.
If I recall, isn't the hero of Ferelden a Grey Warden?
Yes, but even a Grey Warden cannot keep away so many.
Maybe there was another hole that they went through. And that's why no one replied. You know, this would be just so much easier if you just told me the location so I can just investigate for myself and get this along. I need some important information from the king. I need him to stop moping around. So if I can just find out where they are, very thankful.
He kind of like looks taken aback a bit. He's like, well, if it'll get you out of my hair, you're welcome to try and throw your life away.
Thank you. I
Like,
very much would like to.
like, just follow the road north out of town. You'll
How
find
far?
it. It's about a day's ride from here.
Perfect. Can you give me some horses I could borrow?
Why
go
would
a
I
little bit
give
faster?
you horses?
We are here as the king's special guests. But he won't see us right away. Therefore, I feel like you helping me would not only, but I am here to help the king.
Do you
If
have
that's what you
the
do.
paperwork showing that you are His Majesty's special guests?
So why not let me help him?
No, he's asking you if you have the
Oh,
paperwork.
I do. I do.
Is
I
he,
whip it out.
he looks it over and he's like, yeah. These seem legitimate.
It's because it is.
Very well. Wait here. I will have some horses brought to you. How many do you need?
3, because I don't know about the 4th yet. If that's the case, we'll just double up.
Very well. Please wait here.
Thank you.
While this is going on, Esthea, you make it back to the tavern.
Okay. I am immediately going up to my room and collecting my bag and other things that I left behind in here.
Okay.
And
so when you walk into your room, you walk in and you begin to pack everything up hastily. And you hear the door shut behind you.
I will turn to look and see who it is.
And it's that very pleasant looking man that you met or that you saw last night with all those friends around him. You remember his name being Ishmael from what your now deceased friend said. And he kind of has a very somber look on his face. I heard the news. I saw you with her last night. I'm sorry.
As am I. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in a hurry. Is there anything I can do for you?
It's more what I can do for you.
Which is?
I can give you the one responsible.
And that is?
An agent who's been keeping tabs on you for the entirety of your trip. I believe something about a keeper is what I was told.
Yes, I heard something similar as well. You have information on this keeper.
I do. Please sit down.
Speak while I pack. Like I said, I'm in a hurry.
You won't be needing to leave. They are not in Tevinter. They are here in the city as we speak.
If they are here in this city, then they are not the one that is in control. They are merely being puppeted by someone else. That is the way of Tevinter.
Indeed. And that one, if given the proper encouragement, could give you that name.
Well,
I have said proper encouragement. And he smiles and he pulls out this very beautiful serrated silver dagger. And he flips it over in his hand and he holds it out hilt first to you.
I'm sorry, you'll have to explain to me what this is before I lay my hands on it. I'm not as naive as my companions think I am.
No, I understand. It is a way to get the truth. This dagger has been enchanted to whomever it cuts. Can only speak in truth. You cut them with this, and you will have all the information you need on who your target is. Instead of a blind rage, you have a focused one.
So you offer me the means, but I have yet to hear the who.
Oh, That's why I asked you to sit down. It may be a little difficult for you to hear. I don't
After
know.
everything that's happened, I hardly think it will.
Very well. Your traveling companions, how long have you known them?
Too long.
Too long. About how long? About the time you disappeared from Tevinter?
Yes, actually.
I assumed much. One of them cannot be trusted. They have been feeding...
None of them can be trusted.
Oh no. Some of them can. Some of them do have honor amongst them. But there's one who I believe you would come to no surprise to you, who holds your existence in disdain.
Well, that's an easy pick.
Hmm.
You're not seriously telling me that Valantha is behind this?
If you have connected the dots.
It's not a matter of connecting dots. That's a straight line. Too easy. If she is involved in some way, it's because somebody has involved her. I hardly think she's behind it all.
How do you think they found you? How do you think they tracked you? How do you think they killed her?
Well, as much as I hate to admit it, I haven't exactly been quiet about my presence as I've traveled through this land.
This is true. Everyone knows you are here. You wear your Tevinter pride on your shoulder, as you should.
As every Tevinter should.
Indeed. I am merely saying that Valantha is the one who's been giving information in regards to your whereabouts. In a way,
All the more reason for me to leave without her.
in a way, she guided that knife. So I only offer a choice. Keep the dagger.
You
See,
say
Dorinius doesn't even trust him.
sorry, there's things outside and the dogs know that. But you say she in a way guided the knife. Are you saying she wasn't the one that actually used it?
No, but she does know who did. But again, all I offer is the choice to find out. Cut her with that dagger, and you will know the name of the assailant. Or go to Tevinter and burn your glorious homeland to the ground in hopes that you kill those responsible.
I have a fairly good idea of who is responsible for my current position. But if you're offering me that dagger, I will take it. As she's packing up, she just grabs a piece of, she grabbed the red dress. That wasn't packed away in a box or anything. She holds it out and like motions for him to place the dagger in the cloth.
And he
of the
just
dress.
very gently drops it in the cloth.
And she wraps it up and shoves it in her bag. If the moment arises, I will ask my questions of Valentha.
Well, as I said, it's only a choice.
Yes, you did say that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first time I've heard or read that this morning.
Oh, you're talking about the boat.
I am.
Yeah, that was some grisly work.
It was. You seem to know an awful lot about the goings-on of this place, about me specifically.
Oh, not just about you, about pretty much everyone in general that I've come across. She spoke well of you.
Elena said you were trustworthy, but I'm cautious.
As you should be. We have only just met, and beforehand it was just Elena's words.
And what was she to you?
A friend. I met her when she was at her lowest point. I helped guide her destiny.
She
I
did
helped-
mention that you were responsible for that shop of hers.
A very beautiful boutique, yes. I often like to visit it every now and then and bring her fresh flowers. It's sad what may become of it now that she is gone.
Often enough to bring her flowers, but not often enough to stop the hooligans from robbing her on the regular.
I do not interfere in such matters. Those hooligans made their choices. I suggested that Elena get some form of security, but she often went against the idea. Part of me thinks she had a soft spot for them. Their being outcast kind of reminding her of herself in her exile state.
She did seem to have a kind heart. So she was a friend to you. But what were you to her?
I am hoping she saw me as a friend. If you're
Anything more than that?
No, the poor girl and I were nothing of that sort. Acquaintances, friends, but nothing more.
And how did she get involved with this keeper of hers?
Intimidation. They had found her in the city. I am sure you've seen her looking over her shoulder every now and then.
I have.
She offered a life for a life. In order to preserve hers, she was to deliver you.
She did mention something of that sort. She had a poster on her, a wanted poster, full of lies, of course, but she had it nonetheless. Was the keeper behind that as well?
No, I would assume whomever wants you dead into winter is behind that.
You told me all I need to know. If you excuse me, I must be on my way. If we meet again, I hope it is under better circumstances. Make sure her body gets treated well.
I will ensure that she gets buried with the highest respects.
And that shop of hers, do you have any plans for it?
It is not mine. It would fall to the city to decide what to do with that.
And what if the taxes on the shop were continuing to be paid? Then the city would not reclaim it, yes?
Not in the slightest, though. With nobody to run it.
It would become decrepit over time, sure, but at the very least, perhaps we can do something to preserve it as it is. If you're willing, perhaps you could put together the proper paperwork to have the taxes billed to Magister Varus of Tevinter.
I know a couple of the notaries in the public office. I'm sure I can do that. Magister Varus, you said.
Yes.
I will make sure to do that in one of my daily duties.
Be sure to include in the documentation that this request was made by the Magister's daughter.
Are you sure you want to drop your title like that with the danger about?
If these people are as good as you say they are, then there's nothing they don't already know.
True. Very well, I will do as you ask.
Thank you. She'll grab her bag and brush by him as she walks out the door. And she is heading for the gate that leads to the north road, but making 2 stops along the way.
Okay, where are you stopping?
First stop is to collect my gauntlets, since I never actually went back and got them. And
No,
I
you got them. You got them.
I did get them?
Yeah.
Okay. So then scratch that. The first stop will be to just any kind of general store to acquire a compass.
Okay. It costs you about three silver to get a compass.
Okay. And the other stop is one that will probably have her remaining in the city for a few hours at least. On the day that I did my shopping, one of the other things that I was doing was looking for a place that does tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
I assume I probably would have taken some time to actually find one. That's where I would be heading before I leave the city.
Okay, so you're heading down near the pier in order to get one of the tattoos.
Yep.
Okay. And as you begin to get a tattoo, or you begin to get your tattoo work done, the horses are delivered to Valentha, Magnus, and Ross. And as you begin to saddle up and head out and begin to make your way towards the North Road, Valentha, you can't help but feel like a pair of eyes are on you at times.
I look around to see if I see anything suspicious, remembering how the day before there was someone on rooftops following me as well.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Oh, I'm missing. Oh. Why is it when someone's stalking me, I can't roll high? And I take my bag and I just kind of check it just to make sure that the stone's still there.
The stone is still there.
Okay. And I keep it near me. I don't want I have my bag in front. And I just kind of shiver a little bit as I keep going.
Okay. Are you guys heading out of the city, or are you going to look for Estia?
I'm going to look for Estia first.
Well, we need to at least go back to the inn and gather whatever
We didn't bring
we
with
had
us.
Okay. So as you guys get back to the inn, the barkeep's like, "Oh, you just missed your friend." And your
Where
other
did
friend.
he go?
Other
Wait.
friend.
Other friend who?
Took it as a friend of yours, pale looking chap, light brown hair, had like a wolf's pelt over his shoulders.
Where did they go?
Up to the Devinter's room. Had a little conversation, and then he left, and then she left.
Well, she's not dead.
Did they leave together?
No. She left maybe 10 minutes after he did. He left going west, and from what I can tell, she was headed down to the pier.
Let's go to the pier. Let's just go now. And I start walking towards the pier.
I'm going to hurry behind.
You do have horses, by the way.
Oh, I thought we put them put them
Put
down.
them down. Damn.
I meant like putting our
Oh, no,
backpacks
you-
down. Not that kind of put down. Like, oh, we just put our backpacks down. Okay, yeah, no, we'll take the horses. It might be weird going through town with them, but I don't care.
All right. Go ahead and give me a tracking roll.
Oh, not searching. Okay.
Okay. So you begin to frantically go down to the pier and you begin to like search for Astia. And in passing by, you hear a sharp breathe in of pain coming from one of the shops as you're passing by. And Magnus, you quickly turn because it kind of sounds like the same suck in of air that Estia has done as you've like clobbered her in the back of the head with your axe in previous times. And you can
Fair.
see Estia there in a chair with a very heavily tattooed man beginning to work a tattoo into her flesh.
Not what I expected, but okay.
Sure, why not? Estia, as soon as you're done, we have our next destination. We're going to quickly go find the missing queen or whatever so we can get the whiny little king's ass out here so we can talk to him and be on our way. Because I don't want to be here anymore.
As soon as she hears your voice, she kind of looks up over in your direction, a little surprised to see you there with horses. But she clearly has her jaw clenched, kind of bearing the pain from the tattoo. And you can see fairly clearly the tattoo that's being done. It kind of starts on her hip, and it's a very large, bright red dragon that goes up to about her chest, and the tail of the dragon goes down her thigh and kind of wraps around. And the
Have you
point
been
ends
here for
on
hours?
her knee. I said that she was going to be here for a few hours before she leaves the city.
Yeah, you see that the like outline has been like inked on her.
And she just sits there looking at you.
Is this your first tattoo?
She doesn't really respond. She's just still staring at you, jaw clenched tightly.
Yeah. Try getting it done on your face. As soon as you're done, we'll head out. All right?
She nods slightly.
Well, since she's going to be here a while, I'll go and get a fourth horse. She's going to want to lay down or not. Oh, actually, this will be fun. Her riding on a horse while she has a fresh tattoo on. That'll be great. Actually, Magnus, can you actually do that for me and go get a fourth horse? I have a quick errand to run.
Of course, not a problem.
Thank you.
And before I even get off the horse, I am off again, apparently.
Okay.
And I'm going to go in the direction the tavern keeper guy said that Imshelga went to.
All right. So, as we close for the night, well, before we do, Ross, what are you doing?
Yes, I'm perusing tattoo patterns.
Okay. Are you getting a tattoo as well?
Anything cool with dragons?
Oh, there are a lot. It's a tattoo parlor. Of course, there's dragons, like dragons and skulls all over the place.
It sounds straight up Ross's alley. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll get something.
Beefy McDouble, thank you for the host. Okay, so Ross sits down in a chair next to Esthea, and they become ink buddies for the next couple hours. Magnus makes his way back up to the castle to acquire a fourth horse for Esthea.
Oh, I thought I had said that we were gonna get 4. Was I muted?
I think you were
Might have
muted. I
been.
didn't hear
I
it.
think you were
Might have
muted. Yeah.
been.
Oh, okay. I'm
It's
sorry.
fine. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, we got time to
That's
go grab
true.
the fourth one, so it doesn't matter.
My thought
A
was
couple
if,
hours at least.
my thought was if Esthea didn't end up coming with us, we'd at least have a pack horse.
That's
One for
fair.
the bodies if you find them, right?
That
Yeah.
too.
That's true. Yeah, no, that's true.
That's just Esthea ammo at that point.
Yeah. And full disclosure, the dragon, the silhouette that she's had this guy outline is very obviously the silhouette of Razikale.
Of course.
Oh, bitch.
Have you seen this dragon?
We're looking for this dragon.
Me on the other hand, I think I'm getting something that spans the back so that the wingspan is across the back.
Okay. So I could see like
Oh,
Ross getting a
Something
tattoo.
intimidating so that when he like
Like torn wings.
So like what I could think of, like did you want the dragon or just the wings?
dragon.
So what
Like
I'm thinking
so
of, like, it was like
the face is getting ready to like blow fire.
so it's
But
like
when he rolls his shoulders back, you just see the wings just
Oh God, you're having a movable tattoo.
so what I'm thinking of is
no,
it's
not
this
moving.
it's this massive dragon with its wings spread out as it's standing on a pile of skulls, and its head is like tilted up and its mouth is open and it's just breathing a spurt of fire.
You guys are gonna be there for several hours. You know what? Magnus and I will just go.
We'll be back by the time you guys are done.
Yeah, seriously.
So, Valentha, as you're making your way towards the north gate, you again begin to feel those eyes on you. And at this time, the foot traffic in Denerim has once again picked up to its normal flow after the commotion down at the pier. And as you're moving along, something catches your eye. A very familiar face. And a female elf. Her eyes, though, look sullen and dead, almost sunken in. And a bright red scar is across her neck. And she's just like standing across the street staring at you. And then coming from behind her, you see Ishmael once again. It's like put his hand on her shoulder and kind of just like wave at you. And almost in a very stereotypical villain-like fashion, as something breaks your line of sight, they're gone. But you hear a whisper in your ear. It says, "I told you. I get what I want." And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh, that's twice you torture me at the end.
You keep giving me emotional ammo.
True dat.
You, like, out of everyone in both campaigns, you have given me so much emotional ammo, just a rapid fire.
Damn it.
Like the only
This is
one,
what you get.
the only one in the Tuesday game that has more emotional ammo than you do is Fox. but that emotional ammo's coming later.
Damn it.
This is what happens when you care about your characters.
This is what happens when your character just isn't a cold-hearted bastard.
Oh, they're both bad. Both Tuesday and Wednesday. It's bad. Jeez.
J Meister, HB Fox, his character in the Tuesday game has given me a ton of emotional ammo. But to be fair, everybody in the Tuesday game has given me emotional ammo.
True.
See, Shadow Fox and Raven here are like playing the smart card and not giving me any emotional ammo to toy with.
I mean,
I'm just gonna have to start digging and dropping, things in the game that gives me a little more insight into their backstories, just to find where that one crack in the armor is at, so I can exploit it for a story.
You guys thought you were safe.
I did give you a backstory that you might be able to do that with. So really, the ball's in your court at this point in time.
Oh, I know, but I can't drop all the emotional ammo at once.
Of course, you wouldn't want to do that anyway.
Because that's just an
No,
emotional.
no.
That's an emotional bombardment, and then people get bored because there's nothing to torture later on.
Exactly.
Oh, this
are
hurts.
all DMs evil to this party? They can be.
Jay, this is mild.
We went late. We should probably go another hour or like 5.
No, that's okay.
Damn it. I'm having fun though.
You're gonna have to wait till next week to find out how I'm
Yeah,
torturing you
just
again.
has to be here next week.
This is true. Everyone has to be here next week to find out what's going on.
No Wednesday curse.
Because you will, if everything is done correctly and everything, you guys don't try to kill one another, you may get to meet or get to see the Queen and the Hero of Ferelden.
I feel like it's a Nara, and if it is, me, the player, wants to cut a bitch.
Man, what do you got against Sonara?
I hate her. She's so mean. She wanted Alistair killed.
To be fair,
be
in
fair-
all this, Alistair is doing exactly what Alistair does best.
Not unless you harden him.
He's being an emotional emo trash mammal.
Not if you harden him.
Nope, because the true Alistair is the emotional emo trash mammal. You can't take away his emotions.
Although I am proud that they still kept that personality, but he has turned into a very responsible, very loving and caring king.
Adult?
Which is pretty cool. An adult, yes. But
You
at the
mean
same time, he still has his, self. So it's
I
awesome.
mean, I can't play through the entire first game and just leave him in the wagon for the rest of the.
No, but you can have him killed. You can have him killed.
Yeah, but that doesn't fall into the next games. I can't carry that problem.
Okay, fine. Have him banished, then he'll be a drunkard that you find later in Act 3 of Dragon Age 2, where he's just washed up and done. In fact, why don't you add a little bit more to that? Why don't you tell Cullen in 3 to keep taking lyrium so he becomes an addict and then dies in an alley somewhere because you didn't look after him.
I'm okay with
Wow.
Have you ever noticed that it's always the Templars that have these emotional drug related problems?
Well, that's not that's the
yeah.
Chantry's fault. They're just here drugs, and they're
Here,
just like,
magical
why?
crack.
Because they help against magic. Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
you're gonna fight
Templars-
mages. Have you ever heard of cocaine?
Yeah.
Templars are kind of dicks anyway, so
Oh, they are.
That's why Cullen got out. And technically
thought-
Alistair too.
Yeah.
They both got out.
I just call Cullen Alistair 2.0 because that's all he is. You can't have an Alistair in Inquisition, so you get a Cullen.
He had some crazy character development though. I am extremely happy with what they did with him as far as PTSD, emotional drama, hates mages, fucked over by his own Templars. Well, screw all y'all. I'm being my own woman now.
Screw
like,
all
good
y'all,
for you,
I'm gonna
buddy.
go lead the Inquisition's armies.
Good for you, buddy.
I'm probably gonna have to do another playthrough of Dragon Age 2 just so I can see the Chantry explode again.
Oh.
I wasn't aware I could basically turn Alistair into an absolute wreck and leave him in a ditch. I'm okay with this.
I'm not gonna lie, it was funny seeing him as a drunkard. It like slowly broke my heart, but it was kind of funny. And he looks terrible.
You just invigorated me to play through all of Dragon Age 1 now.
You know what? If it gets you to play the games, then sure.
If abusing Alistair is your thing, boy, do I have a game for you.
You know what? You know what? It is your game, your choices. All I can tell you is that it's canon that he is an awesome king. Thank you.
See, I can't pick on Alistair because he's a smartass, and I have a soft spot for smartasses.
Yeah.
But that's gonna do it for us tonight.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you for tuning in as we got back to screwing around in Ferelden, as I screwed around with people's emotions. But we will be back next Wednesday. If this is your guys' first time here, consider hitting that follow button. This is not the only show that we have on this channel. We've got 4 shows a week right now, with another 2 in the process of being spun up. On Monday nights, we have Ravenloft Calls, which is a Ravenloft campaign that Impious is running. On Tuesday night, you have Gibbering Mouthers, which is a homebrew 5th edition D&D campaign that I run, and that both Fox and Zorro allow me to torture them in that game too, and I don't know why.
Fox.
Yeah, HP Fox. See,
The original Fox on this channel.
Yeah, see, Shadow Fox, you know, is like the smart one. Well, actually, Shadow Fox and Raven are the smart ones, and stay away from that.
Oh, Magnus has emotional
Although-
baggage, but that's a whole different matter.
I do have a character that I would love to play in D&D format for like on a stream, but that's a whole different.
Maybe we could bring you on as a guest character or a member of the B team.
Snit.
Yes, Nick.
Yes! Please!
But and then on Wednesday nights you have us here on Blood and the Gray, which is of course our Dragon Age campaign. And then on Sundays we have Waist High and Waterdeep, which is just the D&D version of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But Stiglitz guys, we are going to go on a raid, but before we do, I hope these is the bot working?
Not as far as I know.
No,
It
it was
hasn't been doing fight all night or anything like that.
no. Bot's dead.
Oof, duh. All right, give
Bad
me a
bot.
second.
Chat for the bot.
Have some chat for the bot. Shadow Fox, who are you and what? It's not Show Fox, it's Shadow Fox. Show Fox. Shadow Fox, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
Well, I am Show Fox. I'm Shadow Fox 7471. I recently started streaming again. Excuse me. Doing variety these days. Borderlands, not the newest Borderlands, but trying to get caught up on finishing Borderlands pre-sequel. Just finished a run through of Deadpool, which if you guys haven't played that and you're into weird out there humor, it is a fun game and it makes me laugh every time. Yeah, so we're going to be figuring out some more games to play, and yeah.
HP Fox, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
I'm HB Fox, and I'm right here on this channel every Sunday. I always struggle with the Sunday. Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Aside from that, I work closely with the Hunter Wild on pretty much everything that we do. I'm a little sad that I'm working on some stuff right now that I'm not actually going to be able to be a part of, and that is TwitchCon stuff, because unfortunately I won't be there this year for the first time, so it's like extra sad. But we got some exciting little giveaway things that we're going to be doing at TwitchCon. A lot of it's going to be happening at the community meetup that I am working on organizing right now.
Zoro, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
I am Zoro from E3. I am emotionally traumatized from this awesome DM for on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, of which I play here on this channel. Otherwise, I am a variety streamer on my own channel, playing everything from RPGs and story-heavy based games, Dead by Daylight, and also creative streams from character designs to Twitch emotes and badges and all that. And yeah, trying to get back into the groove of things and prepping for Halloween themed games for the month of October.
Spoopy. Ravenslark, who are you and what do you do on the internet?
I am Ravenslark. I'm Verticast here on Twitch. Live on my own channel Monday through Friday, not including Wednesdays, usually starting about the same time as we do here, so 7:30. Currently doing my first ever blind playthrough of Hollow Knight, including the DLC, as well as Final Fantasy 14. And I think I've got a games list a mile long somewhere into the middle of next year. But Wednesday, I'm here with these awesome people, and yeah, that's what I do.
And I am Rojan Quest. You can catch me here 3 nights a week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, torturing these poor souls and playing in our Sunday game, as well as on my own channel where I play a variety of games raising money for Extra Life and the Lauren Small Children's Center. Like I said, we are going to go on a raid now. We're going to go raid another wonderful community to show our love and support. I believe this is the command. Sometimes I forget what it is.
There isn't
it's /raid, right?
Yes, /raid.
All right. And we're going to go raid Danotage, who has played with us multiple times on this channel. Last time he was a member of Waste Time Waterdeep. He was Dwayne the Wizard. Well, I don't think he was a wizard though.
I don't think he was a wizard
I don't
either.
think he was a wizard either.
Yeah, I don't think.
I think he was a fighter. He just said he was a wizard.
Something like that, yeah.
But if you guys want to join us on that raid, hit that join button up top. Drop our raid command of Behold a Raid a couple times in his chat, and we will go and see. We'll go and show him some love, and we will see you guys. Ravenslark, thank you for the 18-month resub. We will see you guys on Sunday for some Waste Time Waterdeep. Till then, everyone, have a good one.